ticking. Ends on December 31st, 2025. Call Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax at 602-877-PLAN or go to assetpreservationwealth.com.
And so far his snaps have been on the money, as is that one. As Sims runs to his right side and gets tripped up and gets short yardage, as among the tacklers, Lance Holtzclaw, defensive end for Utah. The gain only to the 43-yard line. That ends up a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. And, of course, third down conversions have been a sore spot for Arizona State. Utah, one of the best in the country at third down. The Sun Devils have been one of the worst teams in the country on third down. And this is a 3rd and long with 3 receivers split to the left side in a bunch set. Sims hands to Rayleigh Brown, and Brown is tackled after a very short gain. If Rayleigh had cut inside, there was a hole in the middle of the alignment, but he kept going to the right, and Aliki Bimahi, big defensive tackle, made the stop at the 41-yard line, and that will set up another 4th down, 4th and 7. Sun Devils went for it once earlier on this drive. They're going to go for it again. Shimon Mateer, the tight end, is split wide to the right. 3 receivers, including Jordan Tyson, compressed to the formation on the left side on 4th and 7.
Safety's cheating to Tyson's side.
Sims throws into the face of pressure, gets it to Tyson, and Tyson gets downfield, and he's going to be close to a first down. He was tackled near the 35, but he stretched the ball out to the 34, which was the line to gain. Smith Snowden, a defensive back, started heading off the field thinking that Utah held him, but the Sun Devils, I believe, have converted. And it's a first down, Arizona State. Great effort by Jordan Tyson, stretching the ball out at the very last to get the line to gain.
I think that's one thing people don't realize about him, how big and physical he is. He's got the size and strength. He's over 6'2", and he's really well put together.
2 4th down conversions on this drive for Arizona State. Handoff here to Kanye Udo, the former Army player, and Snowden, the cornerback, knifed through to trip him up after a gain of just 1 to the 33.
Yeah, they brought a corner crash that time, compressed formation, so Snowden comes down in run support, and before Udo can really get a head of steam up, he's got the cornerback flying into his legs, tackling him. Got a man-free look right here, Tim. Expect blitz. Got a man-free look.
On second down off play action, Sims throwing deep downfield to the near side of the field, and the ball is incomplete. Oh, Malik McLean thought he had it, but it's an incomplete pass as 2 Utes were back there in coverage, Jackson Benny and cornerback Blake Cotton. Boy, for a moment it looked like McLean came down with it, but as he went to the ground out of bounds on the far side of the end zone, the ball popped out.
What a great throw by Jeff Sims. He recognized the man-free look, and he found those other receivers. That's what we talked about. The ball's going to go different places because Jeff Sims is comfortable throwing to Malik and some of these other guys, not Jordan Tyson as much.
So here we go again on a 3rd down, 3rd and 9. Sims stands in the face of pressure, throws downfield, and Tyson can't make the catch, but there are 2 penalty flags down. Smith Snowden was defending Tyson and may have drawn the flags for pass interference. And Ben Coleman, Sun Devil guard, was shaken up on the play. He was down for a moment, got up, and now has just gone back down.
Defense number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, there's a couple things to talk about on this play. Let's stay with the play before we get to Ben Coleman. It's a blitz. Jeff Sims stands in the pocket and throws a great post corner route to Tyson. Remember we talked earlier, though, about Turbo not going back through the defender, creating the penalty? Jordan Tyson aggressively goes back to the ball, throws his hands out, creates contact early with the DB.
Media timeout.
Now, Ben Coleman on the ground with people looking at him. This is probably the worst scenario along the entire offensive line for any lineman to be down.
Ben Coleman swishing back to left guard tonight, had been playing center. He is down, and they tend to him. While they do, we will step aside for a break. Utah leads it, but Arizona State on the move. Timeout with our score. The Utes 7 and the Sun Devils nothing. You're listening to ASU football on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Every day, savings, energy efficiency, rebates. Every day at APS, you have ways to save energy and money. We know how important it is to keep your bill as low as possible. That's why we offer programs to help you manage your energy use. Schedule a home energy checkup for savings recommendations tailored to your home. Find rebates on smart thermostats. Compare your rate plan options and switch to the plan that would have saved you the most money. Find ways to save at aps.com/brighter.
Forks up, Sun Devil fans. Bar S, America's #1 selling hot dog brand, is a proud partner of Sun Devil Athletics. From hot dogs and sausage to bacon, lunch meat, and corn dogs, Bar S serves up an all-star lineup of mealtime and game time favorites. Craving something delicious at the stadium? Grab a Bar S pitchfork dog or a 100% beef frank and taste the tradition. Then swing by your local grocery store and bring home the flavor that fuels Sun Devil Nation. Bar S, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Go Devils!
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Circle K makes your day. Sign up for Inner Circle Rewards on the Circle K app and score 25 cents off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups, plus exclusive discounts on food, drinks, and more.
You know, you look at stats, it's interesting how they can kind of not quite give you the whole picture, right? You've got Jeff Sims at 2 for 5 passing, but he's been on the mark. You know, both fade routes, you know, Turbo could have tried to create a pass interference. He didn't. You know, that pass was a good throw right there. It resulted in, you know, a penalty. So I really like what I see. He's standing strong in the pocket against blitz, and more importantly, he's picking out the right guy.
Let's check in with Kevin Turner on the sideline.
Total veteran pro move by Jordan Tyson. During the timeout, he went over and had a very spirited conversation with the back judge, Sean Woodson. Woodson gave him a little smile and some acknowledgement. So Tyson taking that opportunity, that timeout, to go sell his case.
Well, let's mention that Ben Coleman was able to walk off the field. Dr. Anakar Chabro took him over to the Sun Devil injury tent. It looked like Ben was favoring his left arm or left shoulder coming off the field. Jameto Obibo, who's been the starter at left guard all season, is in there to play left guard now with Coleman out for the moment.
Jordan Tyson's in the slot, tight end and Tyson both left.
First down handoff to Rayleigh Brown. Brown gets to the 15. Brown leans forward to about the 13-yard line, a gain of 5. There's a penalty marker down.
Holding offense number 55. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And what do you know, on his first play in, Jameto Obibo is flagged for a holding that nullifies a 5-yard gain by Rayleigh Brown.
Yeah, one thing that Obibo struggles with is playing in space. Doesn't seem to be real adept at getting in front of people with his body. He's going to get caught for reaching his hands out there on that penalty.
Jameto Obibo transferred in from Texas State, where he played 2 years. In 2022, he was an All-Southland Conference pick at Incarnate Word in San Antonio. The penalty moves the Devils back to the Utah 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. 3.5 minutes remaining first quarter. Utah leads 7-0. Jeff Sims in the shotgun.
Man free, blitz.
Gets the snap. Now he throws. He's throwing deep for Tyson, and it's incomplete. Throwing to the far side of the end zone again. Tyson with 2 defenders on him. Blake Cotton and Jackson Benny once again had Tyson blanketed. And
missed that ball a little wide. You know, it was a fade route to Tyson, who was in the slot left. Ball a little bit too wide. Tyson's trying to navigate where the sidelines is, catch it on a wet night. Could have been a little better throw there, but I like how aggressive. The ball's going to the right person, and Jeff Sims is making great decisions with where it's going.
Trips to the right on 2nd down and 20 from the 28. Sims to throw, delivers to the near side of the field, and he overthrew Tyson, who had man coverage defended by cornerback Smith Snowden, but the ball overthrown. Tyson had a step.
One thing that Sims is doing good, now he's missing his deep balls, but he's looking away to the opposite side, then snapping his head back around just a little bit. He had both receivers on the right, that time wide open, and a little bit too much juice in his arm.
So again, it's a third down play, 3rd and 20. Devils 0 for 2 on third downs.
Man free again. They are challenging these wide receivers.
Again, Sims swings it out of the backfield to Rayleigh Brown to the near side. Brown sheds a tackle and gets down to around the 20 before he is dropped along the near sideline in front of the Arizona State bench by defensive tackle Aliki Vimahi. The gain is a pickup of 7. They'll mark it at the 21. It'll set up 4th down. And onto the field comes Sun Devil place kicker Jesus Gomez, the Eastern Michigan transfer, who is 11 of 14 in field goals this year. And he will attempt this one from just inside the 29-yard line along the near hash. It'll be a 39-yard attempt.
He is perfect inside of 40 yards, so there's a radio jinx. Don't let it hold up.
There's the snap. Canyon Floyd puts it down. Gomez puts it up, and Gomez puts it through. And that Sun Devil field goal means Mountain America Credit Union sends another $250 to the Sun Devil Club. Just another way Mountain America Credit Union is giving back and supporting Sun Devil Athletics. Mountain America Credit Union, the official credit union of Sun Devil football. We have a timeout on the field with 2:34 remaining in the first quarter. Our score now, Utah 7, Arizona State 3, here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Chaz Roberts can lower your energy bill. You go to the doctor, your car visits the mechanic. For a healthy AC system, your unit needs the Chaz plan from Chaz Roberts, Arizona's AC leader since 1942. Pick the Chaz plan, and you'll get one service in the spring, another in the fall, plus free plumbing inspection, priority scheduling, no overtime rates, and a discount on any repairs that your system needs. The only way not to save money with the Chaz plan is by not enrolling. Visit ChazRoberts.com today for more details.
Dan Bickley, Vince Marotta, Bickley and Marotta Mornings.
I love this show. This is the greatest show in the history of radio.
Ron Wolfley, Luke Lipinski, Wolf and Luke Middays.
Don't waste all your best material this early in the show.
Boom!
Because I want people to keep listening.
Dave Burns, John Gambadoro, Burns and Gambo Afternoons.
Are you ready for this?
All right, let's go.
Arizona Sports is the local sports leader and the only place you can watch, read, and listen to Arizona's biggest sports personalities on 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
It's kickoff time, Sun Devil Nation. At Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, we're proud to stand with Arizona State football. And just like Sparky on game day, trucks from Tim Hovig's Santan Ford bring the fire, the fight, and the power. From the F-150 to the unstoppable Super Duty, Ford trucks are built tough and built for Arizona. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford is an easy drive from anywhere in the valley. Santan 202 Freeway in Val Vista and Gilbert. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, proud partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
That Sun Devil Kia scoring drive, 16 plays, 54 yards in 7 minutes and 22 seconds, capped off by the 38-yard Jesus Gomez field goal. That makes it now a 7-3 ball game. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. And while we have a quick moment, let's send out congratulations to a good friend and a great former Sun Devil, former Arizona State head baseball coach Pat Murphy, who tonight has managed the Milwaukee Brewers into the National League Championship Series after Murph's Brewers defeated the Chicago Cubs 3-1 in the fifth and deciding game of their division series in Milwaukee. So it'll be the Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League Championship Series. And given Murph's ties to the Valley and given how well-loved the Dodgers are in the Valley,
wait.
I kind of think there's going to be a lot of Brewer fans in the Phoenix area over the next week or so. But great to see Pat Murphy taking the Brewers into the baseball version, Major League Baseball's version of the Final Four. Jesus Gomez has the ball teed up. Ready to kick it off. Rayshon Glover is the deep return man for Utah. Standing on the goal line at the near hash as Gomez approaches it and rips off a line drive sailing kick that goes by Glover and through the end zone. So each team able to score on its first possession of the game. 2 possessions, 2 lengthy drives, and all of a sudden we only have 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in this first period. And Kevin Turner, you said the rain's starting to fall a little bit again?
Yeah, we're starting to see a little ice cycles right now, and an opportune time when
correction number 15.
Utah's on offense, so let it rain.
As you may have heard, there was an offsides penalty on Arizona State on that kickoff. So the extra 5 yards will be tacked on to give the Utes 1st and 10 from their 30-yard line. Utah leading at 7-3 late first quarter on a rainy night in Salt Lake City. But not nearly as rainy as it was about 2.5 hours ago. Devin Dampier at quarterback, off play action, drops back, sets up, throws over the middle, incomplete. He was trying to hit receiver Larry Simmons, who's a transfer from Southern Mississippi, and Keith Abney was defending on the play for ASU, and what a season Keith Abney is having for the Devils.
Yeah, a little crossing route right to left. Dampier threw that ball right into the ground or the shoestrings of the wide receiver with Abney in coverage.
2nd and 10. The jet sweep to Bray coming left, cuts it upfield, and nice gain before he gets knocked off his pins by Adrian Boogie Wilson, but not until he picks up a first down after gaining 11 yards to the Utah 41. Nakari Rogers, the one-time New Mexico Lobo, checks into the ball game. Standing next to his former New Mexico teammate Devin Dampier, who hands to Rogers, and Rogers runs right into the grasp of Martell Hughes, who throws him down with an assist from linebacker Tate Romney after a 2-yard gain to the 43.
Yeah, Martell out of San Diego, 21 tackles on the season, and being able to rotate those 4 linebackers, Crooks, Elliott with Martell Hughes and Romney, just a big advantage for ASU in that linebacking room. And I'm a huge Martell Hughes fan. I just think he's so athletic, can play all 3 downs.
2nd down and 8 as Dampier rolls right, delivers a pass to Daniel Bray, and Bray makes one tackler miss but is finally dropped. Tate Romney, Martell Hughes help bring him down at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, but it's really, and Ghost Rouser was the one on that play action that really ran with the back, kind of slowed him down. Kevin was talking earlier about Rouser having his hands taped up on both hands, and you could kind of see his grips not there, not able to get the tackle, but slowed it down.
3rd and 5 from the 46. Dampier dropping back, throws off his back foot. That pass almost intercepted by Boogie Wilson. It was intended for tight end Dallin Bentley, and Bentley almost committed pass interference, I thought, on Boogie Wilson.
Yeah, great play by Bentley because it's thrown up off his back foot in the middle of the field, and Boogie has it. He gets in front, but the tight end in the air grabs the shoulders of Boogie Wilson, slams him down, and it was just that tight end turning into defender that made that not be an interception for ASU.
Orion Phillips, a sophomore from Australia, is Utah's punter. High snap, but Phillips gets off a high, short end-over-end kick. That's going to hit on the far sideline. It takes a Utah roll, however, and it will roll dead inside the 20-yard line at about the 16. So it didn't look great off the foot, but it gets the job done for Kyle Whittingham's team.
That looked horrible off the foot.
Yeah, really, but set him up at the 16-yard line.
That was a good decision by ASU in the punt return, though. A short end-over-end kickoff style punt in the rain. Just let it hit. You would assume it has a 50-50 chance of bouncing north or south. And Utah won the flip of the coin there.
A 38-yard punt. No return. Sun Devils go to work from their 16-yard line. Jeff Sims led an impressive drive the first time that netted a field goal. ASU trailing 7-3. Late in the first quarter, we have 38 seconds remaining in the period. Rayleigh Brown remains the running back. Sims hands to Brown, and Brown gets dropped immediately at the mesh point by John Henry Daly once again. Daly wrapped up round the moment Rayleigh took the handoff from Jeff Sims. And the play loses 4 yards back to the 12. 2nd and 14. Sims gets the snap. Now rolls to his right, throws near side, caught by Tyson, but he's tackled immediately by Smith Snowden at the 9-yard line, and that play loses 3 more yards.
That's the end of the first quarter.
As that is the final play of the first quarter.
You know, before we break, if you're a fan watching, watch John Henry Daly is just out-quicking Josh Atkins, the left tackle. Both plays before that ended the first quarter were disrupted by speed of the defensive end by the Utes getting around the offensive tackle for ASU.
And as a result, the Sun Devils will have a 3rd and 17 when we start period number 2. After 1 quarter of play, it's Utah 7 and Arizona State 3. You're listening to ASU football on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Check it out. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. So, make a splash. Taste all the flavors. Pop in bottles all night long. And shake it till you break it. However you do you. No one lets you take it to a legendary status like we do. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City, Utah. The rain's still coming down, but not nearly as hard as it was earlier in the evening when a torrential downpour hit Salt Lake City. Along with Jeff Van Raphorst and Kevin Turner, I'm Tim Healy. Utah with a 7-3 lead after 1 period of play. And the Sun Devils will begin the second quarter with a 3rd and 17 at their own 9-yard line. And Kevin Turner, you have some insight into one of the issues on that last play of the first quarter when Jeff Sims was waiting and waiting to get the ball snapped to him when this loud crowd, and when he got it, he threw to Jordan Tyson on a play that lost yardage.
Yeah, 100%. He was. We talked about it in the pregame about going to a silent count when you're down by the end zone. There was a lot of crowd noise. I talked to Stormy Bonatoni. I'm going to give her some credit, the ESPN sideline reporter. I asked her, what did Kenny just tell you during their report? He said, at the end of the quarter, we should have never snapped it. Jeff should have known just to let the clock run out and then live to fight another day. So a little bit of a mental error there by ASU, but let's see if they can regroup here on 3rd and long.
Yeah, but that's something, too, that they have the ability now to talk to in the headsets. They have the ability to tell a quarterback, hey, if you don't get this, let it run down to the end of the quarter.
After 1 period of play, Utah has gained 86 total yards, Arizona State 42. Even though the Utes have only run 2 more plays than the Devils, Arizona State actually has a 1-minute time of possession advantage. Jeff Sims is 4 of 9 passing for 17 yards. The Rappers, you pointed out, a lot of the passes that have been incomplete, they haven't been bad throws.
No, and I think he's getting a lot of pressure. You look at in general, his, a lot of stepping up in the blitz is doing a nice job in that regard. But He's been on target for the most part, been strong.
And now has a really difficult play. 3rd and 17 from the 9. ASU going right to left across your dial in period number 2. There's the snap. Snims drops back into his own end zone. Pressured out of the end zone. He'll run to the 10, 15, to the 20. Out near the 23, 24-yard line before he goes down. And Jeff Sims nearly got all of it. There's a penalty marker down back near the line of scrimmage.
Back in the backfield is going to be holding on ASU.
That would have been a 15-yard run for Sims on 3rd and 17.
He'll decline it.
Holding, number 58. The penalty's declined. Brings up 4th down.
That hold called on Maxie Honachor, the Sun Devil right tackle. But Utah declines because Sims, though it was a good run and picked up a lot of yards, left them still 2 yards short of the line to gain. And so on comes the punting unit for the first time, and it will be Matt McKenzie punting for Arizona State. The Australian continuing to kick. Canyon Floyd has been bothered by an injury of late and has not punted the last 3 ball games now, and it looks like he will not punt tonight. And back deep for Utah, Mana Carvalho, a reserve receiver, and McKenzie hits a wobbling line drive kick that angles to the near side of the field, takes a little bit of a Sun Devil roll, but stops dead at the 41-yard line of Utah. McKenzie has had his struggles. He had only averaged 33 yards on his first 5 punts this season. And that thing was kind of ugly off the foot, although it got a little bit of a roll.
Tim, the left guard had to duck. Otherwise, the ball would have hit the back of his helmet. He rolled to the right, kicked across his body, and the backside offensive lineman almost lost the back of their helmet.
And yet, Utah takes over at the 41-yard line.
All right, defense, here we go.
Loading up the
1st
box.
and 10. Handoff to Wayshawn Parker. Gets around the right corner and goes out of bounds with a good gain as he is close to a 1st down. Run out of bounds just shy of midfield. They're going to mark him out at the Utah 49, a gain of 8. Utes back to the line of scrimmage. Nakari Rogers has checked in at running back now. Rogers gets the handoff here. He heads left and crashes into Miles Rouser and has a 1st down, tackled by Keyshawn Elliott. The gain is not a huge one, but it gets him a 1st down. They'll spot the ball at the 47 of ASU.
They're kind of going a jumbo set. They've got extra offensive linemen in there, and actually they have a defensive tackle in there. As
they hand the ball off to Rogers, and he goes straight up the middle and gets it to the 43-yard line for a gain of 4 before he is stopped on the play.
Tim, they have number 49's a defensive tackle, and he's lined up as an extra tackle. So you've got your standard left tackle, then you've got tight end, then you've got, let's just call it an H-back. I mean, they are going heavy.
Off play action, Dampier being chased by Prince Dorba, gets away from Dorba, rolls to his right, now continues to be chased, heads upfield, throws downfield, and it's incomplete. He tried to get that pass to Dallin Bentley, the tight end. Keith Abney was defending Bentley. Dorba had Dampier wrapped up in his sights, and just Dampier able to twist away using that athleticism to his advantage. But it's an incomplete pass and sets up another 3rd down play, 3rd and 6 for the Utes.
One thing about Dampier, when he starts running around, he seems to lose a little bit of his accuracy. That ball, again, thrown right at the feet of the wide receiver.
Utah 2 of 4 on 3rd downs.
Montana Warren in.
2nd in the nation in 3rd down conversions coming into tonight. Handoff to Bray on a jet sweep left side, and Bray is bumped out of bounds by Rodney Bimmage, a Sun Devil cornerback, short of the 1st down. He's out of bounds at the ASU 39. It'll leave him 2 yards shy, and it'll be 4th and 2. And
they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it as Utah takes a 325-pounder Solatoa Moiai and lines him up as like an added offensive lineman / tight end.
And a defensive lineman, and there's Mike Tuatelli is in there as well as an extra offensive lineman.
4th and 2. as Dampier will run it himself and gets the first down. Tripped up by Boogie Wilson at the 33-yard line, but it's a first down after a gain of 6.
Boogie's down.
And Boogie Wilson appears to be shaken up on the play. He is down on the turf. And head coach Kenny Dillingham is the first person to get out there on the field to check on Boogie Wilson, the transfer from Washington State, who has been invaluable to the team this year with his ability to fill in for one of last year's defensive stars, Xavier Alford, who's now been out the last 3 games with a still undisclosed injury. While they tend to Boogie Wilson, we'll take a timeout. 12:16 remaining in the first half. Our score is Utah 7 and Arizona State 3. This is the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Recalculating.
When you're hungry, even your GPS starts judging you. Circle K can help reroute your whole day. There's the $4 meal deal, breakfast sandwich, monster and hash brown, or the $5 pizza meal deal, 2 hot slices and a Coke. Whatever your route or your mood, Circle K's got the fuel. Swing by a participating Circle K today or visit CircleK.com for details. For moments like these, Circle K makes your day.
Forks up, Sun Devils, and make a play. Paul Calvisi here for your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Hey, as a fellow Devil myself, I'm here to tell you, everything starts with the right game plan. We're a 2 Ford family. I drive an Edge, my wife an Explorer we bought just last year at our Arizona Ford dealers. That doesn't even include the classic Mustang I bust out on the weekends. And at Ford, they've got a winning playbook with power, like the Ford F-150, precision, like the smart and capable Explorer and Expedition, and the grit that only comes with a rugged Bronco family of SUVs. Go ahead and call any play, and with a 2025 Ford lineup, you are bound to dominate every drive. So roll up for an ASU game or check out for a weekend in the wild. Ford trucks and SUVs, they're made to keep the play in motion. Game plan your next move, Sun Devils, and get behind the wheel of your new Ford truck or SUV today. Only at your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Resolution Copper sees the value beyond the copper. Responsible mining is essential to Arizona's economy and to America's future. Learn more at resolutioncopper.com. Let's check in with Kevin Turner on the sideline as Boogie Wilson, KT, able to make his way off the field.
Yeah, the good news is they retracted the medical tent. He didn't even go into the tent, so he looks fine. Remember, he's replacing Xavier Alford, the outstanding safety. So good news for Sun Devil fans. Boogie Wilson's good to go. And
he has played well since taking over for X at that free safety spot. Utah with a 1st and 10. They have reached the Arizona State 33-yard line. This is just the 3rd possession of the ball game. Each team with a lengthy scoring drive in period number 1. Utah got a touchdown, ASU a field goal, and now the Utes with their 2nd possession of the game. Or actually, I believe their 3rd possession of the game. They did have a punt earlier. 1st and 10, empty formation on 1st and 10. Now Daniel Bray motions. They fake it to him on the jet sweep. Dampier throws to the far side of the field. The ball is caught. It's caught by Tobias Merriweather, a 6'5" wideout who previously played at Cal and at Notre Dame. And he picks up 9 yards to the 24 of Arizona State.
Yeah, nice protection by the Utes. They faked that jet sweep that time around the edge. Defensive end stayed wide. Quarterback had a nice clean pocket to throw the comeback route to the left side.
Wayshawn Parker in at running back now for Utah. 2nd down and 1. They give to Parker. No, they fake the give. Dampier keeps, breaks a tackle, speeds downfield, and he is end zone bound with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. An excellent fake on that play. Faking the give to Parker. Dampier keeps, found an avenue off the right side of his offensive line, and then just sped through that alley right to pay dirt.
But all 3 of those plays are set up off the same look. They faked the jet sweep. Then one time they gave it to the running back. The next time they went ahead and kept it on an inside keeper, quarterback keeper. The ends widened, and they gashed you up the middle. That's what happens. Inside, outside. Good job play calling.
So Dampier has rushed for both Utah touchdowns. The extra point by Dylan Curtis is good. And Utah stretches its lead over Arizona State. If you count the last two games the Sun Devils have played here, or the last game they played here prior to this one, over the last 8 periods of play, Arizona State has been outscored in this building by Utah 69-3. Timeout with 11:27 left in the half in this one. 14-3 Utes here on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Hey, Sun Devil fans, get ready for another rockin' season with a better tasting, healthier protein shake. Rockin' Protein. Whether you enjoy hiking, jogging, working out, or simply cheering on your Sun Devils, you need Rockin' Protein. Locally made right here in Arizona, this high-quality protein shake helps you get the results you want. And it's made with real Shamrock Farms milk, so it tastes delicious with no chalky aftertaste. Look for it in the dairy cooler. Rockin' Protein, proud partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Forks up.
Fed up with soaring AC bills, pouring cash into that old system, craving the care of a real AC family? Well, Chaz Roberts has a solution. They'll provide a free second opinion on your AC unit. Not only that, they'll credit everything you've spent with your old AC guys over the past 6 months towards a new system with Chaz Roberts, up to $750. Want $750 plus energy savings? Who doesn't? Check out ChazRoberts.com. Chaz Roberts, serving you since 42. Head to ChazRoberts.com.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
They both make plans to join us each week at Trophy in Chandler for a live broadcast of Sparky's Den with Coach Kenny Dillingham. Don't miss your chance to hang with Sparky, Sun Devil players, and special guests as we broadcast live from 6 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. That's Sparky's Den with Coach Dillingham. Join us this Wednesday night at Trophy in Chandler.
Let's go down to Kevin. Kevin, you're on the sidelines, and a lot of stuff happens down there with coaches and officials. What'd you kind of see down there?
Yeah, during the TV timeout, Kenny was holding court with the entire officiating crew. He said, look, that was an illegal formation. The tight end was covered up. You got to call it. He was walking them through, chapter and verse, and they looked like they were buying what he was selling. But in any event, it's a touchdown, and it's on the board, and it's not coming back.
That's another reason to play with speed, right? It confuses the defense, and it can confuse the officials.
Utah's scoring drive, 8 plays, 59 yards, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. A 24-yard touchdown run for Dampier. He has TD runs of 24 and 12 yards tonight for both scores in a 14-3 Utah lead. As the Utes get set to kick it off, Turbo Jaron Hamilton is back deep at the goal line, awaiting the kick for ASU. As Dylan Curtis gets set to boot it away. Kick is an end over end, airborne, but Hamilton stretches the arms outward, signaling fair catch, not going to play it, and it goes through the end zone for a touchback. And ASU will go to work from its 25-yard line. Jeff Sims so far 4 of 9 passing, 17 yards. Rayleigh Brown leads the Sun Devil rushers, 5 carries for 20 yards. And Rayleigh has gotten most of the work, 1 carry for Kanye Udo. We have not seen Kyson Brown. He was actually listed late in the week, Kyson was, as doubtful for this game.
Clem left tackle.
High snap, Sims hands it off to Brown, and Rayleigh Brown finds a little opening up the middle and gets out to the 29 for a gain of 4 before he is dropped by Utah's 2 linebackers, Jonathan Hall and Lander Barton. They'll spot it at the 28, officially a gain of 3 yards.
Jalen Clem in at left tackle. We talked about the speed of John Henry Daly getting around tackles, and ASU's made a move on that offensive line, so 2 starters are out on that offensive line.
2nd down and 7.
Blitz
Sims to throw, blitz coming, gets the pass off, caught by Tyson. He's tackled in the open field by Jackson Benny, close to a first down, but they're going to mark him about a half yard short between the 34 and the 35, just inches away from a first down.
Great job by Jeff Sims sitting in the pocket that time, finding the crossing route, took the hit, but allowed the receiver to break on the blitz.
Another unusual formation, not quite a swinging gait, but similar. But now the Devils compress into a conventional set on 3rd and inches. Just shy of the 35-yard line. They give it to Brown, and he spins away from a tackler and gets the first down.
Really nice job of bending that thing back. It started out over right guard, right tackle, and finished by the left guard. So the center and the left guard did a nice job of getting a push, allowing Raleigh Brown to cut back to the left side.
Utah defensive end Cash Dillon had a chance to wrap up Brown, but Raleigh able to spin off of Dillon and get the first down to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Arizona State. 14-3 in favor of Utah, second quarter. A play fake. Sims again wants to throw. Delivers to the near side of the field. Overthrows his intended receiver, Malik McLean. And was there a flag down, or what's the call here? There's a flag near where that ball was overthrown. Smith Snowden was in coverage for Utah. The ball was well overthrown, but a flag was dropped. 2 officials are conferring at midfield, the side judge and the head linesman. Kenny Dillingham is right there. He's signaling, Kenny is, as if to signal a hold. And now the head linesman is going to go talk to the referee.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And, of course, the mighty Utah student section loves that call.
That ball will be marked at the spot of the foul, first down.
And now the Utah defensive players are urging the crowd to boo even louder to make it even tougher for the Sun Devils to hear the signals. As the penalty moves the ball to the Arizona State 49-yard line, 1st and 10. 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half, 14-3 Utah. The Devils now with 4 receivers lined up to the right of the formation.
And only 3 defenders there.
They give it to Kanye Udo. Udo finds a hole off right tackle and picks up about 5 yards to the 46 of the Utes.
That ball's, they're going to come back to that formation. They had 4 over there with 2 defenders, and linebacker kind of halfway run support look. That's a mismatch they'll want to get back to.
At first glance, you kind of figure they might be spreading the field to try to just set up the run. That's exactly what they did on that play, but we'll see what unfolds later. Udo remains in there at running back, the West Point transfer, on 2nd down, as Sims will. That is Jalen Moss with his first reception as a Sun Devil. Moss, the Fresno State transfer, has been sidelined the last couple of weeks. That is his first catch as a Devil. He goes down at the 33-yard line, setting up a 3rd down and a long 1 or a short 2, I guess. Devils have to get to the 41 of Utah for a first down.
That'd be a nice time to slide one of the tight ends out.
Sims lines up under center, takes the snap, and just drives forward on the quarterback sneak and is able to get the first down to the 40.
If you're an offensive lineman, you better get moving on quarterback sneak, because Jeff Sims almost ran right by them. Good job by the center, just speeding forward, and Jeff Sims got right behind him and was pushing him the whole way. It looked like NASCAR. They were trading paint right there. Never thought I'd work a NASCAR reference into a football broadcast.
Well done. 1st and 10 at the Utah 40. Sims keeps off the play fake to Raleigh Brown, but is only able to pick up a couple of yards before he is dropped. Among those in on the tackle for Utah is defensive lineman Dallas Bakalahi. And looks like we have a Utah player shaken up.
Is that Benny, the safety?
We think it's Jackson Benny, the safety / receiver. One of 3 Utes that we mentioned earlier that have played both ways, though we haven't seen much of Benny on offense, and we haven't seen any of Smith Snowden or Lander Barton on offense tonight.
Yeah, right now
it is indeed Jackson Benny, and he is up on his feet and will be able to walk over to the sideline.
Utah has already 112 yards rushing in the game.
The Utes came into this ball game, both these teams ranked among the national top 20 in rushing offense. Utah leading the Big 12 and ranking 9th in the FBS, averaging 243 yards per game on the ground. Without really a featured back, it's kind of running by committee, and of course the running of Devin Dampier.
But don't you get the idea that where the ball's ending up, they're using the whole field, outside, inside runs, quarterback inside runs, jet sweeps. I mean, they're doing a really good job of making the defense have to play the entire 52 yards across the field.
2nd down and 8. Again, the Sun Devils with that 4 receiver set, all split now to the left of this formation. Malik McClain, Jalen Moss, Jordan Tyson, Shimon Mateer. In that order, from the furthest to the closest to the formation. They fake the give to Brown, throw the quick pass to Tyson out on the near side. Tyson gets it inside the 35-yard line, down to around the 34. That will set up a 3rd down and about 4.
Now, they've thrown that a couple of times, a tunnel screen to Tyson. At some point, you fake that tunnel screen and then hit, the secondary or, the offshoot play, right?
Kanye Udo is checked in at running back. 3rd and 4 for ASU. Just inside the 34-yard line of the Utes.
Good job by Utah of doing a rolling substitution.
Tyson split to the left side, 2 receivers to the right. Sims will take off on a design run, and Jeff Sims is close to the 1st down. The Sun Devils indicating 1st down, but the official that comes in from the far sideline appears to have marked it about a half-yard short.
I wouldn't even substitute right now. I would go quarterback sneak, lightning.
Cameron Harpole, an extra tight end, has come into the lineup.
Now Utah's going to take time. Watch how they take time running players in and out. Well, they didn't that time. I thought they would go heavy right here and really change it up.
4th and inches. 4th and inches. Sims under center, quarterback sneak. He gets those inches. He actually got about 1.5 yards. And Jeff Sims has the 1st down to the Utah 29-yard line. And boy, it doesn't hurt, does it, at times to have a 6'4", 230-pound quarterback, huh?
Well, and Utah is not playing with their defensive nose guard head up. He's playing a shade. So that time the defender was on the right shoulder pad of our center, and the quarterback sneak was on the left side. So there's just a natural bubble right there to move forward and get the 1st down. ASU now 3 out of 3. Both teams are perfect on 3rd downs. ASU 3 or 4th downs. ASU 3 of 3. The Utes 2 of 2 on 4th down.
Rayleigh Brown is back in at running back. A pistol look here on 1st down. Sims will keep. He takes off, and Jeff Sims with a big gain on the ground. Sims with a 1st down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. A 12-yard gain on a design run for Jeff Sims, tackled by safety Teo Johnson of Utah.
Yeah, Jeff Sims ran that RPO. RPO stands for run, pass, option. He can give it to the running back, he can keep it himself, or he can throw it. So it's kind of the old triple threat option.
Tyson is one-on-one, led up to the near side with Smith Snowden, the cornerback. 1st and 10 from the 17. Sims gives to Rayleigh Brown, who sidesteps one tackler, but is only able to pick up about 1.5 yards, knocked down just shy of the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that time it was a give, but I almost got the feeling that had quarterback kept it, he might have had a better shot. It's so tough. It's an inside handoff. You're trying to read a defensive tackle. The defensive tackle closes, you pull it. If he stays wide, you give it.
Defensive end Logan Fano, whose brother Spencer is the All-American right offensive tackle, made that stop for the Utes. 2nd and 9, just shy of the 15-yard line. Sims hands to Brown, turning the left side. Brown slips out of a tackle inside the 15, and he is gang tackled. And still they haven't brought him down, but forward progress is stopped at about the 12-yard line. Smith Snowden, the cornerback, made the 1st hit. And so now the Sun Devils have entered the G2G Red Zone. G2G protein bar, fresh, healthy, and delicious. 3rd and 5 at the 12. 3.5 minutes remaining first half. Utah 14, ASU 3.
Interesting. Shimon Mateer's wide left, trips to the right. Jordan Tyson's the inside guy. Shimon Mateer has the mismatch, man to man.
There's the snap. Sims to throw. Delivers for the end zone. Overthrows Tyson. Incomplete. Snowden in coverage, but that pass not well thrown. Threw it too tall for Jordan Tyson along the near side. And so once again, the Sun Devils failed to convert a touchdown in the red zone. The red zone issues continue in that regard. And Jesus Gomez, who converted a field goal earlier in this ball game from 39 yards, is now going to attempt one from 10 yards closer in. This will be a 29-yarder. The ball will be put down on the near hash by injured punter Canyon Floyd, who still is able to hold. High snap, and the kick is blocked. The kick is blocked and recovered by Utah at the 25-yard line. And that play was torched by a bad snap that Floyd was unable to handle. A high snap, and he was unable to get it down, and Utah smothered that kick. Jackson Benny might have been one of the ones in there with putting pressure on that kick for the Utes. So Utah will take over when we return with 3:05 remaining in the first half. Utah leading at 14-3 here on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
I grew up here. I'm raising my kids here. This is my home. I feel a real responsibility to this land and to this community. At Resolution Copper, it's my job to balance development and preservation. You know, this will be one of the most water-efficient mines of its kind. That's a big deal. Everyone who works here calls this place home. We're going to protect it.
Responsible mining is essential to Arizona's environment and to America's future. Learn more at resolutioncopper.com.
Hey Tempe, your new Sam's Club is now open.
I'm so excited about the Sam's Club at Tempe Marketplace.
Having one close by, I can't wait for that.
We love the Members Mark brand.
The value, the products.
Having that gas pump there is amazing.
The gas is worth the membership alone.
And the scan and go option just sets Sam's Club apart.
Scan and go is so easy.
Super convenient. It's on the app.
I can scan.
And then paid right on my phone.
And then you just cruise out the door.
It's seamless. It's a little bit too good.
Today's the day to join the club. Your club, Sam's Club.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Score big with Venezia's New York-style pizza. Visit us at 7 Valley locations, as well as the east and west concessions of Mountain America Stadium, or swing by Pizza Presto at Sun Devil Marketplace before the big game. Every bite is as satisfying as a Sun Devil win. Order now at venezias.com. Jackson Benny indeed credited with the block of that Jesus Gomez field goal attempt, but the play was torpedoed by a high bad snap. Canyon Floyd, the holder, had to reach into the air and then kind of bobbled it, tried to get it down, but Gomez's kick was smothered, and Blake Cotton recovered for Utah at the 25 of the Utes, I should say. So
you got
Utah
Canyon Floyd.
over.
You know, he's on a knee. One knee's down, one knee's up. So it's very difficult for him to feel the high snap. That was high and wide towards Gomez, who's a left-footed kicker, and really screwed up that timing of that play.
So Utah to the line of scrimmage, and on first down, Devin Dampier looking to throw, can't find anybody, takes off and runs to the near side of the field, and he picks up good yardage, reaches the ball out, stretched on the right hand, tried to reach it out as he approached the line to gain the 35-yard line, and I think he got it. He got the first down. They're going to mark him out at the 35, and they move the chains, 1st and 10. 10 more rushing yards for Devin Dampier, who so far unofficially 5 carries, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns. First and 10, handoff here to Nakari Rogers, and Rogers bulldozes his way up the middle, out past the 40 to about the 42-yard line before he is tackled. Montana Warren, who is back in the lineup at nickel after being out for a game with an injury, made the stop. On second down, again, Dampier keeps, runs to the far side, finds an alley to the 50, cuts it back to the middle at the 40, and nearly sidestepped the tackler, but I think he almost brought himself down on that shifty move as Dampier went down at the 39-yard line of Arizona State. But we've reached the 2-minute timeout with Utah leading and on the move once again, as the Utes have dominated this football game to this point and lead it by the score of 14-3 with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Timeout here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
The Arizona Lottery is proud to support higher education across the state through ticket sales, including programs that support Arizona's public universities in partnership with organizations like Los Diablos. The Arizona Lottery is helping students achieve their dreams through academic scholarship, community services, and mentoring. When you play, Arizona wins.
Forks Up Sun Devils, because as the #1 selling truck brand in Arizona, we know who tops the leaderboards. Yep, Paul Calvisi here for your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Hey, we're a 2 Ford family, and at ASU, being the best isn't just the goal, it's the standard, and Ford knows exactly what that means. For 48 years and counting, the Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America. From the iconic Ford F-150 to the powerhouse Super Duty, Ford trucks deliver the strength, the capability, and performance to lead the way. So pull up for an ASU game, cruise through campus, or ride off into the desert. Just keep choosing the truck brand that's made being #1 a tradition. Only at your Arizona Ford dealers, proud partners of Sun Devil Athletics. Based on S&P Global Mobility Retail U.S. new vehicle registrations for the truck vehicle type CYTD October 2024, based on 1977 to 2024 CY industry reported total sales.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
I got it coming back out of break, Tim. All right, you need professional painting. Internet searches are going to leave you overwhelmed like they did me. Let me tell you why Christy and I chose Coleman Painting to bring our home designs to life. Painting is more than just adding paint. Coleman Paint specializes in interiors, exteriors, cabinet flooring, epoxy finishes, and stain jobs. With over 20 years of experience, dedicated crews, and a temperature-controlled finishing warehouse, Coleman Painting, quite honestly, was our choice. We hope you make it your choice for when you need your painting needs. Call Coleman.
I like it when you take it out of break.
I do like taking a break. I got it. I'm telling everybody on the radio what that means, just so you know all these terms. Coming out of break, I got it. Give me the radio.
Full transparency here on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
All right, we're all about transparency. Hey, speaking of transparency, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but this is the first game in a long time that something hasn't happened. Mike Chismar is not on the trip with us. Mike Chismar has not missed a road game in 45 years. Not sure exactly what the whole scenario surrounding is, but nobody has given more to ASU athletics. Time, family, energy, commitment. Mike Chismar is an absolute, he's what you think of when you think of the pinnacle of Mount Rushmore Sun Devil support.
Boy, sure is. Associate Athletic Director, I think, for operations and facilities, and one of the all-time greats. And we always say it isn't official. The road trip isn't official till Chiz has welcomed us to the city we get to. First and 10 for Utah as Devin Dampier looking to throw. Far side of the field, completes a short pass to Ryan Davis, his one-time New Mexico teammate, who gathers it in and goes down at the 36 after a gain of 3.
You know, the whole University of New Mexico football team's over here. The coordinator, wide receivers, quarterback, running back.
Yep.
Nobody on defense.
Sure helps that synergy, though, huh? On second down, Dampier, he'll try to run, breaks a tackle, and gets downfield and drags tacklers with him to around the 22-yard line. Jacob Richcon-Geica had him in his crosshairs and just couldn't get the fella down. And then Dampier got downfield and dragged several other tacklers with him until Boogie Wilson finally got him to the turf. And now we have a whistle.
We have a chain crew problem. There we go.
Yep, they couldn't get the...
in today's world, I mean, everything's so technical. I can't believe you don't have like a laser 10 yards or something, right?
There literally is a chain
and that chain
on the
is
first
not,
down marker.
It's probably been around longer than football with laces.
Yeah.
Probably went football, no laces, chain, and then the laces came.
Exactly. Just over a minute to go in the half. They give it to Nakari Rogers. He gets by Montana Warren, speeds downfield, and makes his way into the end zone for a Utah touchdown.
Open field tackling is such an art, but Nakari Rogers extremely quick, puts his left foot in the ground, cuts up inside, Warren goes flying by him. That's why defensive coaches preach everybody hustle the ball. You need a lot of people over there. A couple of really good runs back-to-back where a lot of missed tackles by ASU, or you could also say good plays by their quarterback and by their running back.
Utah with 183 rushing yards in the first half. As the extra point attempt on the way and good from Dylan Curtis to make it a 21-3 game with 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining until halftime.
ASU came into the game giving up only 78 yards rushing per game. And what did you say that number was now?
Remember, they only gave up 10 rushing yards to TCU 2 weeks ago. But in the first half alone, Utah has gouged the Devils for 183 rushing yards, 183 of Utah's 220 total yards. In contrast, Arizona State has only been able to gain a total of 94 yards in the first half.
Yeah, ASU came into the game like on the ground, before, pregame stats. ASU averaged 215 yards a game on the ground and only gave up 78. That's been flipped as Utah's the number one ranked rushing team, and you can see it's a combination, right? All of these offensive linemen, Tim, pretty much have all started, but everyone was a returner from last year. So they returned their entire offensive line, went out and got new quarterback, went out and got some new running backs, and their athleticism in the backfield is showing.
Got new receivers as well. As the kickoff is a high short kick, and it looks like Hamilton will try to return this from the goal line as he heads upfield and gets out to about the 26-yard line before he's dragged down. So he actually gained an extra yard past where the Devils would have taken over had the kick been fair caught. Jaron Hamilton getting it out to the 26-yard line, and that's where Arizona State will take over with 58 seconds remaining in the first half. The Sun Devils and Utah, both teams, with 2 timeouts remaining. Cameron Harpole is in, one of the tight ends for Arizona State. He and Derek Eusebio aligned to the right of the formation. Jordan Tyson, Malik McClain split to the left. Rayleigh Brown is the running back. On first down, Jeff Sims drops back, throws to the near side of the field, and that ball is caught by Tyson as Jordan goes out of bounds at the 31-yard line, run out of bounds by cornerback Smith Snowden after a gain of 5.
Yeah, Josh Atkins back in at left tackle, and he is getting destroyed by John Henry Daly. Daly just threw a spin move on him, and good job by Jeff Sims of getting rid of the ball quickly, otherwise he'd have been sacked.
Second down and 5. As again, with pressure coming, Sims gets the pass off, incomplete. Tried to get it to Cameron Harpole, the tight end, and Elijah Davis, the cornerback, and safety Teo Johnson had Harpole blanketed on the near sideline in front of the Arizona State bench.
Utah's heavy blitz this half. They're bringing more than 4. They're bringing 5 and 6, forcing that ball to come out of Jeff Sims' hands early.
So again, it's third down and 5. Empty formation now for Sims. Jeff gets the snap, gets the pass off quickly, and it's caught by a sliding Jordan Tyson on the slant, and Tyson has the first down to the 37-yard line as he picks up 6 yards. And now the Sun Devils go at tempo and get back to the line of scrimmage with 40 seconds remaining in the half. Helton snaps the ball to Sims. Sims passes the ball to Rayleigh Brown. Brown sidesteps a tackler, gets to the near side, and has a first down. There is close to a first down at the 47-yard line of Arizona State. Jackson Benny on the tackle, but what a move by Rayleigh Brown to sidestep a Utah defender.
Second charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
That was a really nice job, though, that defense of pursuing, because Rayleigh faked out one or two guys, but there were 3 or 4 more there.
7 seconds on the game clock.
Morgan Scally is one of 4 coaches on this staff, Tim, that actually played here. And they play the same way every time. You know,
he is the defensive coordinator, and he is also Utah's designated head coach in waiting. It has already been determined that when Kyle Whittingham decides to retire after his illustrious career comes to an end, Whittingham in his 21st season at Utah, Morgan Scally will take over as the head coach of the Utes.
The other players that are now coaching here, Sharif Shaw, Luther Ellis, and Lewis Powell, the last 2 are defensive line. They have a defensive tackle and a defensive end coach on that defensive line.
Trips to the right on 1st and 10 from the Sun Devil 47-yard line as Sims, looking to throw, has to step up in the pocket, takes off and runs, gets to the near side of the 45, gets to the 40, and is finally tackled there. Tackled on the play by Lander Barton, the linebacker. It's a first down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offense number 53, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
And now Josh Atkins flagged for a hold. He is the 3rd Sun Devil offensive lineman who's been penalized for holding tonight. Jameto Obibo and Maxi Hanachor, each with holding penalties. I believe Ohanachor's may have been declined in any event. That penalty will push the Sun Devils back to their 37-yard line and nullifies a nice run and a first down run by Jeff Sims.
Watch Atkins, the left tackle. Watch the defensive end, number 90. It is a battle going on right there. Just speed against a big body that's a little too slow.
On 1st and 20, this will be the final play of the half as Sims throws downfield, and the pass incomplete, intended for Jordan Tyson. Tyson defended by Smith Snowden, and that, I believe, will be the final play of the half.
He landed hard on his head, too. He landed backwards. His head snapped down on the turf, and Jordan Tyson is laying down on the field. Tyson
is up now. He's on his feet. Malik McClain comes over to see about his teammate as now the first half comes to an end. And the teams head to their locker rooms, and the Utes are pretty pumped, as you might imagine. Last time they were on their home field, they got whipped by unbeaten Texas Tech. And so far in this game, it has been all Utah as they lead it by the score of 21-3 as we check in with Kevin Turner down on the field.
Guys, I got Kenny Dillingham. Coach, I'll look at the glass half full. Really impressed with the order of operations with your center and the quarterback Sims doing a fine job tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we can't get a field goal blocked, and we got to tackle. I mean, Devin's just kicking our butt right now, and we got to be able to tackle better.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Guys, let's go back upstairs.
All right, thanks to Coach Dillingham, and thanks Kevin Turner. So it is halftime here, and it's all Utah. Keep in mind the Sun Devils, who won the toss at game start and elected to defer, they will receive the second half kickoff. At the break, our score, Utah 21, Arizona State 3. Braden Bell will have our halftime report from our network studios in Phoenix after we take a timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Sun Devil Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Sun Devil Athletics is proud to partner with the Roman Empire Agency to deliver a state-of-the-art sensory room inside of Mountain America Stadium. This sensory room will be open to fans of all ages during Sun Devil football games. Located inside the Carson Student Athlete Center in the south end zone, the sensory room provides fans a break from the game day action while serving as an enhanced study room for Sun Devil Athletics student athletes throughout the year. Visit the game day guide on sundevils.com or romanempireagency.com to learn more. Go Devils!
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Recalculating. When you're hungry, even your GPS starts judging you. Circle K can help reroute your whole day. There's the $4 meal deal, breakfast sandwich, Monster and hash brown, or the $5 pizza meal deal, 2 hot slices and a Coke. Whatever your route or your mood, Circle K's got the fuel. Swing by a participating Circle K today or visit CircleK.com for details. For moments like these, Circle K makes your day.
You're listening to the Devil's Halo Halftime Report. Brought to you by Huss Brewing Company. Devil's Halo, the official craft brew of Sun Devil football. Every sip supports a Sun Devil student athlete. Now here's Braden Bell.
Well, that was less than ideal. Not the first half Arizona State wanted in Salt Lake City. Number 21 Arizona State trails Utah 21-3 at the halftime break. Braden Bell back in our Phoenix studios. And yeah, it was not quite the offensive half that Arizona State expected. And then, frankly, defensively, they were just gashed by Utah in that first half. 183 yards rushing for Utah in that first half of play. 87 yards by Devin Dampier, the quarterback for the Utes. So over 100 yards total offense for Dampier. We talked a lot about his rushing capabilities in the Countdown to Kickoff show. And Arizona State has done a good job in the past against running quarterbacks, but not the case tonight in rainy Salt Lake City. It was Utah that started off this ball game going right down the field. They came out with aggressive blocking. Their offensive line, one of the better ones in the Big 12, and they also came out with pace, got ASU on their back heels a bit, ultimately went down, scored, made it 7-0. Arizona State then had a pretty decent drive back on the other end. They were able to, march down the field. They have not had a tough time in terms of keeping time of possession, but unfortunately, the story has gone really the same way it has all year long for this offense, which is not being able to cash into the end zone. The initial drive for ASU in that first quarter, 16 plays, 54 yards, 7 minutes and 22 seconds. They ultimately ended up kicking a field goal on that drive to make it 7-3. Really the story, though, in this first half, it's just the sloppiness for Arizona State. The blocked field goal after another long drive, 15 plays, 63 yards, 8.5 minutes off the clock, about midway through that second quarter. And it was a blocked short field goal after yet again getting down into the red zone, and the Sun Devil offense stalled out. And then whether it was the weather or it was just a bad snap, regardless, it was a botched operation on the field goal. And then for an ASU team that normally wins the middle 8, final 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half, the defense then broke one last time as Utah was able to go down the field and score in the closing couple of minutes of the first half. So Utah had 4 drives in that first half. They scored 3 touchdowns. Arizona State, they go punt, field goal attempt that was blocked, and then it's a half. Individual stats in the first half for Arizona State, of course, Jeff Sims playing for Sam Leavitt, who was just announced out on Thursday night. Sims, 10 of 18, 51 yards in that first half. He also ran the ball 8 times for 25 yards in that first half of play. All in all, Sims in that first half located a couple of balls that were not all that bad, especially early on in that half. They went deep on the first play of the game. It wasn't a bad pass down the sideline to Turbo. A couple of attempts were bailed out by a pass interference call and a hold downfield on Utah. Not the worst first half for Jeff Sims, but you can tell that they're really just struggling to keep the Utah defensive line out of the backfield. There were a couple key injuries for ASU as well in that first half. Boogie Wilson defensively went down, and Ben Coleman, who we talked about, was the starting center for Arizona State until tonight. They moved him back over to left guard, which is where he was last year for Arizona State, and he left the game due to an injury, which is a big loss for ASU's offensive line. You know, you look at the overall stats in this ball game. We mentioned the glaring one, and it's 183 rushing yards for Utah. They outgained ASU 220 to 115. But if there's one area of hope, I suppose, for the Sun Devils, they've dominated the time of possession battle. Nearly 18 minutes out of the 30 minutes in that first half, ASU possessed the football. The problem was, as we said, they've just been unable to really come up with any big chunk plays, and especially when they got down low into the red zone, just one field goal all the way through nearly 18 minutes of possession. So, yeah, no doubt about it, Arizona State, they've dug themselves a rather large hole, 21-3 the halftime score on the road against Utah. Without your starting quarterback, it's a pretty big ask. But if anyone could do it, it's ASU. They came back from 17 points a week ago against TCU, or a couple of weeks ago, I should say, against TCU. They're going to have an even better comeback tonight in Salt Lake City. We'll step aside, take a timeout, and when we come back, a scoreboard update around the top 25. And in the Big 12, including a thriller going on right now in Tucson. All that and more when we come back on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's kickoff time, Sun Devil Nation. At Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, we're proud to stand with Arizona State football. And just like Sparky on game day, trucks from Tim Hovig's Santan Ford bring the fire, the fight, and the power. From the F-150 to the unstoppable Super Duty, Ford trucks are built tough and built for Arizona. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford is an easy drive from anywhere in the valley. Santan, 202 Freeway, and Val Vista and Gilbert. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, proud partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils.
ASU Sun Devils choose Smile Medical Imaging to take the very best care of our student athletes. To stay in the game and deliver your best, it really does matter what you choose. Make the right choice, then let your game speak for itself. Sun Devils choose to be champions on and off the football field. We choose to be leaders that serve our communities. We choose bright futures. We choose excellence. From X-rays to MRIs, learn more at esmil.com. Go where the Sun Devils go. Choose Smile Medical Imaging.
It's halftime in Salt Lake City, Utah all over number 21, Arizona State, 21-3 the score at the half as the Utes have had their way, especially on the ground so far in this ballgame. 183 yards rushing compared to just 64 for Arizona State in that first half. But we'll brush that one off to the side, maybe a refresher, if you will, and give you a scoreboard update from around the rest of the country, starting in the Big 12, where there's only one other game going on right now. And it is an upset brewing down in Tucson. Number 18, BYU, down by 10 points right now at the hands of the Arizona Wildcats. 24-14 the score. BYU driving, but they have just 7.5 minutes to go in that game. And Arizona looking all as though they might move to 5-1 on the year. It'd be a ranked win and an impressive one for Arizona if they're able to hold on. Next week's opponent for Arizona State, number 9, Texas Tech. They had a bit of a topsy-turvy ball game against Kansas today in Lubbock. Texas Tech jumped out to a 21-0 lead. It looked as though it was going to be really a laugher. Then Kansas was able to come back, made it 21-17, but the Red Raiders ultimately turned the gas pedal back up. They won that ball game going away 42-17. An upset took place in Boulder today in the Big 12, where Colorado upset number 22 Iowa State. The Cyclones have now lost 2 games in a row after Deion Sanders' squad got the win 24-17. Cincinnati, another surprise, much like Arizona. They now are 5-1 on the year, including a 3-0 conference record as they get the best of UCF 20-11 today in Cincinnati. Houston, they were all over Oklahoma State in Stillwater, 39-17. Another one of those surprise teams in this conference where you can never really count anyone out. Houston got the win 39-17, as I said. They're now 5-1, 2-1 in conference play. Ultimately, the final Big 12 game, Kansas State, they get the best of TCU in Manhattan, Kansas, 41-28 the final score, as TCU's now just 1-2 in conference play. In Salt Lake City, 21-3, Utah on top of Arizona State. We'll step aside and take another timeout, give you one final recap, and tell you how the Sun Devils might be able to claw back into this when we come back on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dos with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dos with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Go light with the Devil's Halo Lager or bold with a Huss IPA. Huss Brewing is the official craft beer of Sun Devil Athletics. Proudly served on draft or in cans across Mountain America Stadium, including the new Huss Hideout on Level 3 of the Upper East Side. Whether you're tailgating or in the stands, nothing hits like a cold Devil's Halo Lager or Huss IPA. Devil's Halo. Every sip supports a Sun Devil student athlete. Now that's a win on and off the field. Cheers to the Sun Devils. 21 and older, please enjoy responsibly. Huss Brewing Company. Tempe brewed, Sun Devil proud.
Hey, it's Pat. So I went for ice cream the other night, and they had 48 flavors. I couldn't decide. Well, the Valley Toyota dealers have put me in that same position. They have 19 hybrid models to choose from, more than any other brand. How could you choose? Like the ice cream shop, I had to test all 19. Unlike the ice cream shop, I didn't go home with a bellyache, so that's a small win.
Right now, get a rugged 2025 Tacoma SR or SR5 with 1.75% 48-month financing. Or get low 1.75% financing for up to 72 months on a full-size Tundra. With great deals like this, now's the perfect time to visit your Valley Toyota dealer or valleytoyotadealers.com. Toyota. Let's go places. 1.75% with $21.59 per thousand borrowed for 48 months. 1.75% with $14.64 per thousand borrowed for 72 months. Offers end 11/3/25 and exclude TRD Pro models. See dealer for details.
Utah on top of number 21 Arizona State, 21-3. The score at the half. Getting ready to send you back out to Salt Lake City. The one silver lining, if you will, for the Sun Devils, they get the ball to start in the second half, and I think more so than anything, this is the most obvious must-score drive maybe of the season so far for Arizona State. Have to get points here and preferably a touchdown in order to give yourself a chance to pull off a comeback on the road. First half, you got to flush it, wash it away like the rainstorm. Try to start it early on in the third quarter. That does it for the halftime show. We'll send it back out to Rice-Eccles Stadium with your voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, when we come back on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
If you live in Arizona, then you know about Chaz Roberts Air Conditioning. After all, they've installed AC systems in over 1 million homes since they were founded in 1942. But did you know that Chaz Roberts also has a plumbing department with the same expertise and dedication as the HVAC side? That's right. Chaz Roberts has been Arizona's leader in heating, cooling, and plumbing for over 8 years. Chaz Roberts Plumbing at chazroberts.com. Chaz Roberts, serving you since 42.
Recalculating.
When you're hungry, even your GPS starts judging you. Circle K can help reroute your whole day. There's the $4 meal deal, breakfast sandwich, monster and hash brown, or the $5 pizza meal deal, 2 hot slices and a Coke. Whatever your route or your mood, Circle K's got the fuel. Swing by a participating Circle K today or visit CircleK.com for details. For moments like these, Circle K makes your day.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or just navigating the daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them in the refrigerated section at Costco or your local grocer. Or go online and explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein. So keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Every day, helping, caring,
Supporting. Every day at APS, we're here to provide payment assistance programs to customers in need. We recognize how important it is to keep your bill as low as possible. Our Energy Support Program offers eligible customers discounts of up to 25 or 60% every month. Pay down your bill with crisis bill assistance and other programs and resources. Learn how you can get help with your bill at aps.com/brighter.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Two teams starting to filter back onto the field. The specialists for both the Utah Utes and Arizona State Sun Devils back out there. First half action will resume in a little over 3 minutes. It's been all Utah to this point as they lead at 21-3 at halftime over Arizona State, as the Utes have outgained the Sun Devils 220 yards to 115. And in particular, it's been Utah's ability to run the football. And that run game, which has produced 183 first-half rushing yards, has been led by Saguaro High School product Devin Dampier, the quarterback, who has carried the ball 7 times, Jeff, for 87 yards and 2 scores.
Yeah, they've done a good job running. I mean, Dampier's been elusive. But you mentioned 183 yards. But if you break it down, they had 13 carries for 62 yards in the first quarter. In the second quarter, 11 carries for 121 yards. They're averaging over 10 yards a rush in that second quarter.
Boy, it just got away from the Sun Devils defensively in that second period. It's time now to get Kevin Turner's halftime adjustments powered by Great Wolf Lodge. KT, what say you right now?
Yeah, I think the way I see it, we're getting outflanked on the perimeter, as Jeff just mentioned, and when they go heavy. So we've got to have better inside-outside flow from our linebackers to fill. And then when they run inside, we just got to do a better job. Our defensive linemen got to do a better job with their run fits to get off the block and do a better job. Jacob Richkin-Geik, I can count probably a half dozen times where we had Dampier, maybe for a negative loss, and he somehow was able to get away. So we got to get more guys rallying the football. And then lastly, we've got to create some turnovers. I think on offense, we're doing a fine job. I wouldn't make any adjustments on the offensive side, but we've got to tackle the football and create some turnovers to get back into this ball game. Guys?
And there you have Kevin Turner's halftime adjustments presented by Great Wolf Lodge. College football families, plan your next getaway at Great Wolf Lodge, Arizona, where indoor water park fun meets family adventure. Use promo code TOUCHDOWN to save up to 30%. Booked by December 31st at greatwolf.com.
This will be interesting in the third quarter. ASU, that's their best quarter as far as points for and points against. ASU got 41 points in the third quarter, 20 against. They're going to have to make something happen here. And, if you look at what ASU needs to do, I agree. It's open field tackling, right? Whether that's fit, alignment, however you want to get there, you got to get there. But I thought the 13 personnel group of Utah was giving them trouble. 1 running back, 3 tights. Of those tight ends, 2 are true tight ends. One's a converted D lineman. And they're running him almost like a tackle over, Tim, where you've got extra tackles. So they're widening the gap, creating some trouble. But I thought, with my eyes, what I saw was when Utah went at tempo, ASU was not as comfortable getting lined up and getting the play process mentally of what their assignments were. And as a result, it looked like, guys had some bigger lanes than we would have anticipated based on how our defense has performed.
Here's one somewhat troubling note. This is the Sun Devils' 6th game of the year, and in exactly half of them, 3 of the 6, Arizona State has trailed by 17 or more points. They fell behind 17-0 at Mississippi State, came back to go up 20-17 before losing on that last-minute touchdown. They were down 17-0 2 weeks ago against TCU before rallying to win. And here they are down 18 to Utah as we start the third quarter. So I guess you could say the Devils have the Utes right where they want them.
Yeah, maybe it's comfortable territory for them. I'll tell you what's more impressive is the fact that you just recited all 3 of those stats with the score, the team, the location, and did not even consult your notes. Your eyes were up facing the mountains, the Wasatch Range, and I'm over here flabbergasted. I got papers flying.
Glazed.
Yeah. way to go, Rain Man.
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely.
That was pretty impressive.
Fernando Valenzuela pitched Wednesday. Yeah, definitely.
That was good.
That was Iris. Very smart. As the kickoff from Dylan Curtis heads downfield and goes through the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Arizona State will start from its 25 as we check in quickly with Kevin Turner.
Just real quickly, interesting exchange between Kenny Dillingham and Jordan Tyson. Kenny went over. Jordan was last to come out of the tunnel, as you noted, hit his head, and Kenny wanted to make sure, are you okay? Are you good? Jordan Tyson said 100%. Kenny said, let's go get him.
And Jordan Tyson is back on the field, and he is lined up as a slot to the right side. 3 receivers split to the right of the formation. ASU going right to left on your dial in the third quarter. As Sims on first down looking to throw, can't find anybody, tries to run, but he gets dragged down from behind by defensive end Logan Fano after a gain of barely a yard.
You know, their defensive ends have done a nice job of putting pressure, but when they have to turn and retreat and chase down a quarterback, those ends are long and they're not giving up the big run. I thought Sims was going to have a big play right there, but Fano makes the tackle for a half-yard gain.
So second down, we'll call it 2nd and 9.
Watch the left guard because you got Daly lined up right over him.
Hand off to Rayleigh Brown on second down. Rayleigh dancing around, then bursts up the middle and gets to the 31-yard line, picks up 5. Tackled again by that defensive end from Spanish Fork, Utah, Logan Fano. It'll set up a 3rd down and 4.
It's amazing how many linemen and players are from Utah. It is that stay here. That, you know, they didn't get these guys in the transfer portal. They're homegrown. They've done a nice job of creating the poly pipeline right back here to Salt Lake City.
Rayleigh Brown now flanks to the right side, so it's an empty set for Jeff Sims on 3rd and 4. Sims to throw, gets the pass off to the far side, incomplete. Threw it low, intended for tight end Shimon Mateer. He was being covered by safety Teo Johnson. And the first possession of the third quarter results in a 3 and out for the Arizona State offense.
Yeah, that ball was below, it's in the ground before it gets to Mateer. Mateer's 6'5", so if you're going to hit him, you want Mateer to be able to use his body to shield the defender and the ball. His body splits the two and creates space. And missed throw right there by Jeff.
Matt McKenzie on to punt it away for ASU. And back deep is freshman receiver Mana Carvalho. And McKenzie gets off a decent kick, end over end, fair caught by Carvalho at the 32-yard line of Utah. 37-yard punt, no return. And the Utes will take over now with their first possession of period number 3.
First, ASU had the ball, right? ASU won the toss. They elected to defer. And if you look at that, the results of that, Utah scored on their first drive. ASU got the ball in the second half, went 3 plays, 6 yards, and had to punt.
So as Dr. Phil would say, how'd that work for you?
How'd that work for you?
Not too good, huh? So a 3-receiver set to the left of the formation for Devin Dampier, who destroyed the Sun Devils with his legs in the first half. On first down, he hands the ball off to Nakari Rogers, and Rogers gets dropped by Ghost Rouser on a fine tackle for no gain at the 32-yard line.
KT was talking about Ghost Rouser having hand trouble. Looking at him right now, he's got both hands spatted up. He looks like a boxer without boxing gloves.
Actually, it's a loss of a yard back to the 31, 2nd and 11, empty formation. Dampier to throw, looking, still looking, stays in the pocket, now fires deep, has a man wide open, Ryan Davis. Inside the 30, inside the 20, tackled inside the 15-yard line by Javen Robinson. Ryan Davis was all by his lonesome deep downfield. And the Sun Devils get burned big time on that play.
Problem is, ASU can't get any pressure on Dampier. He's dancing around. The linebackers have their eyes on Dampier. And ASU blows the coverage in the back end.
A 56-yard gain as they hand to Rogers on first down, and he gets dragged down by Jacob Richkengaika, who brings him down for a gain of maybe a yard to around the 11 of Arizona State.
Defensively, a lot of defenders need to get to the ball, and if I'm Brian Ward, I'm telling them punch, claw. We've got to create a turnover, so you've got to do it with your hands. Focus, get your helmet on the ball, try to free that thing up.
2nd down and 9 out of the shotgun. Dampier fakes the give on the jet sweep. Throws a fade to the end zone. Intercepted by Ghost Rouser, but 2 flags are down as Rouser decides to return it upfield and is bumped out of bounds at around the 16-yard line of Utah.
We're going to call pass interference on Rouser. Rouser has 2 hands, and he and the tight end are kind of battling, but Rouser pushes off, extends his arms, creates space. It's going to be pass interference on.
And Kenny Dillingham out there talking to the officials. Remember, Kevin Turner reported about
defense number 4. That penalty occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
So KT, Kenny still contending about illegal formations by Utah?
Yeah, he's looking at the covered up tight end, and when you have the 2 men on the line of scrimmage on the same side, that's a covered tight end, and he's barking at it, but they're not calling it.
And you heard the pass interference call on Rouser, so it gives Utah 1st and goal at the 2 and nullifies Ghost Rouser's interception. Dampier lines up under center. They toss it to Wayman Parker, and Parker is dropped for no gain. Wayshawn Parker, the former Washington State Cougar, stopped
that's
for
too
no
bad,
gain on the play.
Yeah, but Tim, Elijah O'Neal has Parker 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, he misses the one-on-one. It was a toss sweep. Elijah O'Neal gets wide, forces it back to the inside, but can't make the open field tackle. Got to credit the running backs. I mean, they've been elusive, as has been Raleek Brown. It's hard to get these guys down in space.
2nd and goal. Again, Dampier under center as they burst to the line of scrimmage quickly, and now Dampier on the option right, pitches to Rogers, and Rogers will take it into the end zone for the touchdown. The option pitch heading right as Dampier held it and then pitched to Rogers, and Nakari Rogers has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. So 2 former New Mexico Lobos have teamed up for all the touchdowns tonight for Utah. 2 for quarterback Devin Dampier, and now 2 for Nakari Rogers, who, along with receiver Ryan Davis and offensive coordinator Jason Beck, came to Utah this offseason from New Mexico. As the extra point attempt is good, and it's now 28-3 in favor of Utah, just 4 minutes into the 2nd half. As we take a timeout here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
I was supposed to be having fun, but something felt off.
It wasn't just stress. My thoughts were racing. I couldn't focus.
Turns out it was first episode psychosis, FEP.
Even devils need a timeout. A mental reset, that's part of the game.
FEP is treatable.
And asking for help, that's real strength. Feel it.
Name it.
Face it.
Don't bench your mental health.
There's power in speaking up.
Go to learnmorefep.org.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's MyStyle Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make MyStyle your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
The tailgate, the roar of the crowd, the sea of maroon and gold. What's better than being there live to get loud for your Arizona State Sun Devils? Nothing. And every Sun Devil needs you out there in the stands to cheer them onward to victory. So put on your best game face and get tickets to all upcoming Sun Devil games at Ticketmaster. As the official ticketing partner of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Ticketmaster gives you a safe and secure way to score tickets you can trust to all upcoming Sun Devil games all year long. Grab tickets today at Ticketmaster.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Hey, fans, did you know that a new sensory room is now available inside Mountain America Stadium? If you or a family member needs a break from the game day action, visit the Hall of Fame lobby located in the Carson Student Athlete Center. Sun Devil Football Sensory Room made possible through partnership with the Roman Empire Agency. Unfortunately, I think a lot of fans might need a break from the game day action right now, the way the game day action's going for the team from Tempe.
What is a Roman agency? You got me on that one. We got to get with our sales team.
That's
I'm Dutch, so I'm asking who's wrong.
I'm Irish. I don't know.
We don't have an Irish room.
In any event,
it's kind of nice to have a place to go, though.
And boy, oh boy, the game day action has got to get better. The Devils are going to get back into this game. It's just been a beatdown so far by Utah. As that scoring drive for the Utes, 5 plays, 68 yards, just over 2.5 minutes. A 2-yard run by Nakari Rogers, who has his second rushing touchdown. Devin Dampier has rushed for the other 2 Utah scores. And it's just been total domination by Utah. The Sun Devils can't get stops on defense and challenged to move the ball offensively.
That's well said.
Jeff Sims, 10 of 19 passing, 51 yards. Kind of like the game at Cincinnati they started last year. He hasn't put the ball in jeopardy, he hasn't turned it over. But the Devils just not able to generate a lot of offense as the kickoff is a touchback, and ASU will start from its 25-yard line. In fact, you have to go back 4 years for the last time the Sun Devils actually scored a touchdown in this building.
How many games is that, though? Is this a lot? We haven't played here since then, right?
Yeah, and it's basically like 2 coaching regimes. That was when Herm Edwards was coach in 2021. If you remember, that was a game where the Devils came here 5-1 in mid-October, leading the Pac-12 South, and they led Utah 21-7 at the half, and then the Utes came back and outscored ASU 28-0 in the second half to win the game and end up in the Rose Bowl. As Jeff Sims off play fake runs with the ball on first down and gets good yardage, goes out of bounds, out past the 30 to the 32, picks up 7 on the play before he is run out of bounds into the Sun Devil bench by John Henry Daly, that defensive end who is wreaking havoc on that side of the D-line for Utah.
Yeah, I like that call, though, right? Because Daly came down, tried to take away the inside run. Sims bounced it to the outside. I mean, Daly's fast. He's got good chase, good explosion.
Second down and 3. Rayleigh Brown, the running back, gets the handoff here. He turns the left corner, and he has a first down and more as Rayleigh is out past the 45-yard line before Jackson Benny runs him out of bounds into the Sun Devil bench.
I'll tell you, that play right there, that just helped Jordan Tyson's draft stock. And it's what he did without the ball. He put a block on one of the defenders and kept engaged for about 12 yards. It's, when you're all-star, all-American wide receivers playing with that kind of intensity when not getting the ball, NFL scouts love that.
A 14-yard gain for Rayleigh Brown, 1st and 10. Off play action, Sims pressured out of the pocket by Teo Johnson, and then Logan Fano scrambles to his right and gets upfield, dives forward, and is able to make a positive gain out of it. Or no, he almost got back to the line of scrimmage. He is out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Fano running him out of bounds there.
Man, Fano's quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Logan Fano, 6'5", 260, redshirt junior out of Spanish Fork. John Henry Daly, 6'4", 255, out of Alpine, Utah, redshirt sophomore. And those guys look... I'll tell you one thing Utah does a good job is they get defensive linemen in and they develop them.
Utah came into this game 25th nationally in total defense, 4th in the Big 12, giving up just an average of 300 yards a game. Here's Sims on a slant, caught by Malik McLean, and McLean is close to a first down, and I think he might have it at the 44 of Utah before he is dropped by cornerback Smith Snowden, and it is a first down, a 12-yard pickup, first catch of the night for Malik McLean.
That's one way to make sure your receiver catches the ball. Throw it right at their chest as hard as you can. And out of defensive nature, they'll grab it. That was a great throw by Sims.
For Malik McLean, that's only his 6th reception of the season. Devils at the Utah 44-yard line. A 1st and 10. Sims, play fake, wants to throw, does throw downfield, and the pass intercepted by Jackson Benny at the 21-yard line. Or no, they're going to say it hit the turf, and it's being ruled incomplete.
Incomplete pass at 2nd down.
But that pass was badly overthrown.
It was weird. You had Tyson running the backside dig route. You also had a tight end in the area, and it was weird. They were converging on each other. The ball went over both of their heads, and the safety was there and almost made the pick.
So it's 2nd down and 10. Handoff to Raleek Brown. Brown heading left is run out of bounds after a short gain. Smith Snowden, the cornerback, and defensive lineman Jonah Leaea helped force him out of bounds.
You're in 2-down territory here. I don't think there's any doubt that Kenny's going for it. Trailing 28-3 in the 3rd quarter. You got a 3rd and 8. So in that regard, if you're Jeff Sims, if you pick up 5 or 6 on a throw, that's okay.
Utah rushes a defender onto the field for this 3rd down play.
And they did what ASU does. They slow roll the defense. There's only 4 on the play clock.
And now Sims has to clap his hands to get the ball snapped, and they don't get it snapped in time. 3 flags are down, and Arizona State likely will be penalized for delay of game.
False start.
Or no.
Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Left guard Jameto Obibo flagged for a false start. The 2nd penalty of the night on Obibo.
That would have been an offsides on Utah. But again, ASU substituted late, so Utah got time to substitute. Utah ran 2 separate substitution packages and gave the ball back to ASU with maybe 2 or 3 seconds to snap it. Dave Tan says 4. All right, I'll split the difference with you, Dave. 3 seconds.
So the ball back on the 48-yard line of Utah. It'll be 3rd down and 14 for Sims and the Devils. As Sims drops back, here comes the pressure. He scrambles to his left. He'll try to run it upfield. Breaks a tackle. Cuts in the middle. He's inside the 30-yard line, and Jeff Sims has a 1st down on a heck of a scramble by Sims all the way down to the 27-yard line. A 21-yard pickup before Cash Dillon, a defensive end, made the tackle.
That was just a great play. He's down the left sidelines. He stutter steps, allows the defender to go by, and then continues running.
On 1st down, they give it to Raleek Brown. He finds a hole up the middle, and Brown gets down inside the 20. The ball came out. And I think they're going to say that Raleek Brown was down before that ball popped out inside the 20-yard line of Utah.
Yeah, recovered by Logan Fano.
Or are they? No, they're going to say it's a fumble, and Lander Barton has the recovery.
Rolling on the field was the runner was down. 1st down, Utah.
The runner was down, 1st down, Utah? If the runner was down, that shouldn't be a fumble.
No, they'll look at it. We'll get a chance to look at it here on replay.
The previous play is under further review. Rolling on the field was a fumble.
I almost when these scenarios happen, Tim, I kind of look at it like, okay, the ruling on the field is fumble. That's a tiebreaker. So tiebreaker goes to Utah. So there's got to be clear evidence that it's not a fumble.
Yep. And unfortunately, for the officials, the replay monitors at the exact opposite end of the field. So referee Kevin Marr had to jog all the way down there to take a look at it. We're trying to take a peek at the monitors in the booth here as ESPN shows the replay.
He's down by easily.
It looks like Raleek Brown's knee is down before the ball pops out.
Yeah, the ball actually is popped out by Maxi Hanakor. Max's foot, the ball hits the back of the offensive tackle's foot. Raleek's going down on his stomach, and the ball hits the offensive lineman's foot and comes out.
Heck, Brown's knee is down, his elbow is down, his tummy is down before the ball even pops out of there, and it looks like it was off the back of the foot of Maxi Hanachor, who was downfield trying to block Utah linebacker Jonathan Hall when the ball popped out.
Yeah, it's not a fumble.
It's funny on the stats monitor we have that details among all the other stats, it details every play. They've got about 5 lines to describe this play. Usually it takes about 1.5 lines to catalog a play.
Isn't it amazing? And then keep in mind that somebody else goes back later and grades every offensive player and defensive player on every play, logs that data in, and coaches have access to it. What was their score on each play? So 11 guys get graded on each of their assignments on every play. It's a third-party group that does it. You subscribe to that, and you can buy that kind of analytics to try to use in your scouting reports.
Let's check in quickly with Kevin Turner.
I hear a lot of the announcers, today on some of the other Big 12 games that the Big 12 officiating crew, they seem to take a protracted amount of time to, arbitrate an obvious call or to make it. And this is taking way too long to make an obvious call.
Kevin, you got to remember, most of them are from the South. So by the time that they get the call, they've got to process it. Slow.
Let's see if it was obvious. And now the official, Kevin Marr, was ready to take the headset off, and then he put it back on and is looking some more at this video. It could be issue
After
one.
further review, it was determined that the ball carrier's knee was down. It'll be second down from the 19-yard line.
And on cue, the Utah fans boo. But the replay pretty obvious, and that enables the Sun Devils to keep this drive going with 6:51 left in the third quarter. Arizona State trailing at 28-3, trying desperately to get back into this football game.
Got Jalen Clemson at left tackle, so they're rotating that left side. I like his speed a little bit better matchup against that quick end.
Kanye Udo is in at running back now for Arizona State. Sims fakes the give to Udo, takes off and runs, and picks up the first down. He's gang tackled at the 16, actually pushed back a couple of yards. That looked like it might have been a busted handoff rather than just a simple fake to Udo.
Yeah, but nice job by Jeff Sims of running the hole. If it's a busted play, run the hole that was initially designed to go, because that's where your blocking attack and scheme is.
And the Devils keep the drive alive. Raleek Brown is checked back in to replace Udo at running back. 1st and 10 ASU at the Utah 16-yard line. Here's the give to Brown. Tries to slip out of one tackle and does. Gets to the outside and speeds inside the 15-yard line. Run out of bounds at around the 11.
Wait, that should have been a 3-yard loss.
Smith Snowden had him wrapped up and then tried to ankle tackle Brown, and Raleek just hopped into the air, slipped away, and continued on his excursion. Pickup of 5, 2nd down and 5 from the 11-yard line. Sims will throw a fade to the far side of the end zone, and Tyson can't make the leaping catch. Over on that far side, he was defended by cornerback Blake Cotton. The ball slightly overthrown.
Utah has really challenged ASU wide receivers. A lot of man-to-man coverage. Jordan tried to one-hand that, push into the receiver with one hand, free his backhand up to try to catch it. Couldn't come up with it.
So it's 3rd and 5. Shimon Mateer, Malik McClain, and Jordan Tyson all split to the right side. Jalen Moss is in the game for Arizona State. And he's on the left of the formation. Now Mateer comes to the left side as well.
Ball's got to go right. You're man-to-man on the right.
As the quick slant is thrown, and it is completed to Tyson. And he is tackled, it looks like, short of the first down by cornerback Elijah Davis. He is tackled at the 7, a yard short of the first down. So it'll be 4th down and 1. And trailing 28-3, no question what the Sun Devils will do. They are perfect tonight, 3 for 3 on 4th downs in this game, and need to make it 4 for 4 to sustain this possession.
See if they try that quarterback sneak again. It's been there.
Sims is lined up under center. Raleek Brown is lined up about 8 yards back of the line of scrimmage in the backfield. Oh, there's movement on the offensive line by Maxi Hanachor, the right tackle, before the snap.
Great job by Utah. I thought the sneak was going to be there at the last second. All the defensive linemen shifted in. They make, as a defensive lineman can't stand up. They got to stay low. If they stand up, it could be on the defense.
Defense.
Oh, wow. There you go, Jeff.
Half the distance to the goal.
That was
correction. That 5-yard penalty will be enough for a first down.
That was a big point in the Oregon game today. Indiana was complaining that Oregon D linemen were standing up, not staying low in their shift.
So that gives the Sun Devils a 1st and goal at the Utah 3-yard line as Sims again lines up under center. Hands off on the jet sweep. Tyson trying to turn the left corner. Tyson slips out of a tackle, slips into the end zone, and scores the Sun Devils' first touchdown of the game. Jordan Tyson with his first rushing touchdown of the year as Smith Snowden once again biffed on a would-be tackle. Remember, he had a chance to bring down Rayleigh Brown on a run earlier in this drive, and Snowden missed this opportunity to tackle Tyson short of the goal line, and Tyson gets in for the 3-yard touchdown run. Jesus Gomez on to attempt the extra point. Remember the high snap on that last field goal try in the first half that got blocked. Gomez puts this one right through the uprights. And the Devils, their first touchdown of the evening, has cut the Utah lead to 28-10 with still 4:32 remaining in the third quarter as we take a timeout here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
ASU Sun Devils choose Smile Medical Imaging to take the very best care of our student athletes. To stay in the game and deliver your best, it really does matter what you choose. Make the right choice, then let your game speak for itself. Sun Devils choose to be champions on and off the football field. We choose to be leaders that serve our communities. We choose bright futures. We choose excellence. From X-rays to MRIs, learn more at esmil.com. Go where the Sun Devils go. Choose Smile Medical Imaging.
Hey, Sun Devil fans, get ready for another rockin' season with a better tasting, healthier protein shake. Rockin' Protein. Whether you enjoy hiking, jogging, working out, or simply cheering on your Sun Devils, you need Rockin' Protein. Locally made right here in Arizona, this high-quality protein shake helps you get the results you want. And it's made with real Shamrock Farms milk, so it tastes delicious with no chalky aftertaste. Look for it in the dairy cooler. Rockin' Protein, proud partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Forks up.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Circle K makes your day. Sign up for Inner Circle Rewards on the Circle K app and score 25 cents off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups, plus exclusive discounts on food, drinks, and more.
That Kia scoring drive was 13 plays, 75 yards, took over 6 minutes, capped off by Jordan Tyson, end around for a score. Uncover what can happen when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
Heck of a drive by the Sun Devils. I thought a very good drive for Jeff Sims. Sims tonight has rushed for 54 yards on 13 carries. And being the number nerds that I am, check this out. Sims tonight in this start, 13 carries, 54 yards. In his start last year at Cincinnati, he had 14 carries for 53 yards. And still, we have 4:32 left to go in the third quarter, so lots of football to be played. But the Devils' defense needs to hunker down and stop the Utes, even though Arizona State has possessed the football for almost 11 minutes more than Utah.
Yeah, I think it's just finishing drives, right? Getting in that red zone, and ASU's had one field goal. They couldn't get a touchdown. They had the ball down there, and then they had a blocked field goal attempt. Those failure to score a touchdown put you in the bind that you are right now.
Rayshon Glover is back deep, but it's a squib kick. Not quite an onside kick, fielded by one of the up men near the 30-yard line, and the tackle is made close to the 35-yard line in front of the Utah bench. But
I like that call, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Line drive, you're trying to hit one of the blockers up there. And if you don't get it, you still hope it rolls back there. So, you only gave up an extra 7 yards, but there's a chance, maybe 10 yards, but there's a chance you get that ball back. Kenny looking for an advantage.
Utah linebacker Cyrus Polu, who was one of the up men, is the fellow who fielded that kick and took it to the 36. So on 1st and 10, they hand the ball off, and breaking free is Daniel Bray, the running back, and Bray is close to a first down. When the Devils looked like they had him stopped for no gain, Bray gets upfield and picks up 11 and moves the chains. That ball now situated at the 46 of Utah.
Yeah, Elijah O'Neal, defensive end, had a shot again for a tackle for a loss. They couldn't pull it out.
Boogie Wilson and Jordan Crooks team up on the stop. Now Dampier throwing near side deep on first down, and the pass is incomplete. He was trying to hit his intended receiver, Tobias Merriweather, the 6'5" former Notre Dame player, but the ball was actually thrown short. And of course, on an incompletion, the Utah fans booed. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 from the 46 of Utah. 3:54 left to go, third quarter. 28-10 in favor of the Utes. Bray remains the running back. Dampier fakes the give. He'll run it himself. Runs into a logjam of bodies of both the Utah and ASU variety and ends up getting dropped after only a 2-yard gain. Getting up off the bottom of that pile is defensive end Elijah O'Neal.
Yeah, Blazin Lono Wong, the defensive tackle, does a good job of slanting to his left and kind of piled things up. No clear running lane for Dampier.
So an opportunity for the Devils here to get it back. 3rd down and 8 for Utah at their 48. Dampier to throw, clean pocket, fires over the middle, pass is caught by the tight end Dallin Bentley, and he's got the first down to the 41-yard line of Arizona State. Keyshawn Elliott on the stop there, but once again, Utah, the 2nd best 3rd down team in the country, converts a 3rd down into a 1st down.
Clean pocket for Dampier. He's not real tall, so it's tough for him to look over that, and if you don't dent the pocket, you give him throwing lanes.
Hand off to Daniel Bray, heading left on 1st down, slips out of Romney's tackle, and Boogie Wilson then wraps him up and stops him at the 33-yard line, but it's still a gain of close to 8 yards for Daniel Bray. Bray starting to get more time in recent games for Utah. He is a true freshman from Fort Worth, Texas.
Like Romney had a shot. Romney from his inside linebacker scraping to his right. Has his head behind Bray. They teach that now, Tim. Not get your head out in front, but to get behind, kind of alligator tackle him down. But
Sun Devils slow changing on defense with subs. Jacob Rich-Kangaika, Ramar Williams, Justin Watley.
1 on the play clock. They're not going to get it off. That slow substitution caused the delay of game.
And there's the flag that comes out. Utah did this to ASU and forced a penalty. And now the Devils give the Utes a bit of their own medicine.
What do you think about that rule?
First charge timeout.
So they got the timeout before the penalty.
Apparently Utah called the timeout before the penalty.
What do you think about that in general, though?
Media timeout.
It's a planned. It's a. You're watching the offense sub, and the official stands over the ball. Then the defense can sub. If you run a double substitution, one guy quick and the other guy slow, you just run the clock out.
Yeah.
I don't. It's something they got to look at, I think, and address, because it's a weird situation.
We have a timeout on the field with 2:05 to go in the third, and the score: Utah 28, Arizona State 10. And this is the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Dan Bickley, Vince Marotta, Bickley and Marotta Mornings.
I love this show. This is the greatest show in the history of radio.
Ron Wolfley, Luke Lipinski, Wolf and Luke Middays.
Don't waste all your best material this early in the show.
Boom!
Because I want people to keep listening.
Dave Burns, John Gambadoro, Burns and Gambo Afternoons.
Are you ready for this?
All right, let's go.
Arizona Sports is the local sports leader and the only place you can watch, read, and listen to Arizona's biggest sports personalities on 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dos with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dos with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
2:05 to go, third quarter. Utah still leading ASU 28-10. Utes with a second down and 2 when action resumes. We want to check in with Kevin Turner. We really haven't had a chance to update the status of Ben Coleman. Remember, Ben was shaken up in the first half, left the game. KT, he has yet to come back. What is his status?
Yeah, no, he did not come back out for the second half, and I had a chance to talk to the medical staff, and he's a scratch and will not return for the balance of the game.
Thanks, KT. All right, Tim, I asked you a question right before break. What is your thoughts on the rule and how they slow down the game and allow that rolling substitution?
I don't know. It's like on the one hand, I like the fact that they give the defense an opportunity to sub in those situations, but I think you're right. I think some teams are almost kind of using it. I don't know if I'd necessarily say bending the rules, but, you know, we've seen a couple situations tonight where the offensive team has been left with almost no time to get the ball snapped. It seems to me there must be some kind of compromise between the two concerns. Yes, giving the defense a chance to sub, but maybe some kind of time limit on how quickly you get your subs on the field.
You know, it's interesting. It used to be, Aaron Rodgers was a master at that. He'd catch people with 12 people all the time. You don't even have that option to catch a defensive change because the official stands over the ball.
Yeah. As play resumes, it'll be second down and 2 for Utah from the ASU 33-yard line. As Dampier takes off and runs and has a lot of room inside the 20, tripped up by Rodney Bimage, and with a gain down to the 12-yard line, a pickup of 21 yards for Dampier, who's now over 100 yards rushing for the night. His legs have run his hometown team into near submission tonight. Dampier's running ability has been the key factor in this game. Here's a handoff on first down to former Washington State Cougar Wayshawn Parker, and he's dropped by Keyshawn Elliott after a short gain inside the 10-yard line, and now things starting to get a little chippy. Justin Watley, last one up off the bottom of a pileup near where Parker went down. The gain just inside the 10-yard line to the 9. Pickup of 2.
He's working against left tackle, low move that time. It's always interesting when the defensive lineman comes up last.
And now here we go again as Blazin Lono Wong will sub in for the Sun Devils to replace Jacob Richkin-Geica.
They forced another timeout. The official held the ball longer than the play clock.
Utah, 30-second timeout.
Kyle Whittingham looks visibly frustrated on that sideline, talking through the headsets to his assistant coaches. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like there's something amiss with this setup, right?
The defensive linemen are jogging off because they know they get allowed time to do it. If that official were to say, hey, I'm not going to give you a time just to slow jog off, I'll give you some steps, but if you're not hustling, I'm going to go ahead and let it snap, and then it's 12 men on the line.
I get the feeling this will be something that the Rules Committee will take a look at during the offseason.
I just think it's fascinating because, coaches are always looking for a way to go by the rules and bend it. It's kind of like, like the tax code or U.S. politics. You try to bend everything to get more money for your district, and it's all legal. So, hey, take advantage of it. ASU has burned 2 timeouts. I guess that's the positive side. Utah down to 1 timeout. They are leading 28-10, but down to 1 timeout.
By the way, the Sun Devils have all 3 of their timeouts remaining if that ends up being a factor anytime late on. 55 seconds to go in the third. Here's the snap. Dampier taking off, looking to run. Gets to the 5, stumbles forward into the end zone for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. Boy, horrible tackling that time by the Arizona State defense, and Dampier capitalized.
You know, it's tough when you come off a bye week and you tackle like this. You know, I know you want to get your guys fresh, but I think it was Boogie Wilson that had a shot to get Dampier down and tried to grab him from behind. Clayton Smith is also David Tan is pointing at my play chart saying Clayton Smith was there. So anyway, I'm not sure. I shouldn't say who it was. I was grasping at numbers, trying to look at was it 6 or 10.
The extra point kick is up and good, and Utah extends its lead to 35-10 over ASU with 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 5 rushing touchdowns tonight, all 5 by former New Mexico Lobos, 3 by quarterback Devin Dampier, the one-time Saguaro High School star, and 2 by running back Nakari Rogers. Of course, as we mentioned earlier and during the week, Sun Devil tight ends coach Jason Mons was Devin Dampier's head coach at Saguaro High School, and had an interesting conversation with Jason after practice. I think it was Wednesday of this past week, and asking him how weird it's going to be to see one of his former high school studs on the opposite sideline, and Jason's basic response is, "Oh, I still want to beat him, and we're going to do everything we can to defeat his team. But after the game, I'm going to go give him a hug and wish him well." And but right now, it's the pupil that's getting the better of the mentor, if you will, as Dampier is leading Utah to this 35-10 lead over Arizona State, as that ball is kicked through the end zone for a touchback. Kenny Dillingham even admitted earlier this week, I think at his press conference Monday, that he kind of wishes he had recruited Devin Dampier harder. I think at the time that Dampier came out, I think that might have been when Kenny was still the offensive coordinator at Oregon. But
you know, it's interesting, though. A kid like Dampier came out with a lot of height, but he ended up at New Mexico. You know, and he went there and kind of battled through that situation, got better, and you know, it's nice doing a nice job here for the Utes.
And I'm sure he's got a pretty nice NIL deal here as well. On first down, Sims throwing deep to the far side of the field for Malik McLean, who caught it, but caught it in the Utah bench out of bounds. So it's an incomplete pass. The catch made near the midfield stripe, but Sims' pass led McLean straight out of bounds. As we said earlier, it's just been a rough go for the Sun Devils in recent years against the Utes. Last year's ASU win in Tempe, the only time the Sun Devils have beaten Utah in their last 5 meetings before coming into tonight. On second down, Sims wants to throw. Pressure coming, gets the pass off. It's caught by Derek Eusebio, and Eusebio gets bumped by Elijah Davis, a hit that I think was legal but was about a step away from drawing a flag right on the Arizona State bench.
That was a nice job that time by Jeff Sims. He gets pressure in the pocket. Somebody grabs his jersey, shrugs him off, finds the out route, gets the completion.
He has really stood tall in the face of a lot of pressure tonight.
And he stepped up. A lot of young, a lot of quarterbacks that come in new want to get away from the defensive lineman. You're actually more safe if you step up and climb in the pocket. Man-free look here. Blitz.
Third down and 4. Sims fires near side. Pass incomplete. Intended for Tyson. And again, that's a situation where Sims probably didn't need to throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball up and in.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Sims going to talk to Tyson a little bit, and I don't think there's clear miscommunication on that. Tyson saw the ball, didn't really make a play. He got beat. Jordan Tyson got beat in covers that time. Corner was there, squatting on it. Ball was Sims wanted to give him a chance, and Tyson didn't really quite finish that hard.
That'll do it for the end of 3 periods of play. Our score is 35-10 in favor of Utah as we take a break on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or just navigating the daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them in the refrigerated section at Costco or your local grocer. Or go online and explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein. So keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
I needed to chill. I started feeling paranoid, hearing things, losing touch. Turns out, even recreational drug use can trigger something called first episode psychosis, or FEP. It's not always a cause, but it can make symptoms worse fast.
Feel it, name it, face it. No shame, just strength. FEP is treatable and help is here. Go to learnmorefep.org. That's learnmorefep.org.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Before we get the fourth quarter underway, time for our Chaz Roberts Top 25 and Big 12 Scoreboard and Big 12 football action tonight. A doozy going on in Tucson. They're in the second overtime. And 18th-ranked BYU has taken a 33-27 lead over Arizona in overtime number 2. Earlier today, 9th-ranked Texas Tech improved to 6-0 as they beat Kansas 42-17. The Red Raiders will be in Tempe next Saturday. Colorado upset number 22 Iowa State 24-17. Cincinnati, having a heck of a year, goes to 5-1. They beat UCF 20-11. Houston wins at Oklahoma State 39-17, and Kansas State knocked off TCU 41-28. Some of the top scores in the nation today. One of the big stories in Eugene, Oregon, where the number 7 Indiana Hoosiers go to Autzen Stadium and knock off third-ranked Oregon 30-20, the final score. In the Red River rivalry at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, the Texas Longhorns stunned number 6 Oklahoma by the score of 23-6. And in a big Southeastern Conference matchup, 8th-ranked Alabama handed number 14 Missouri its first loss of the year, 27-24. And there you have our Chaz Roberts Top 25 Scoreboard, ChazRoberts.com, for Arizona's leader in heating, plumbing, cooling, and caring, Chaz Roberts. We should mention that at the end of the third quarter, it has now become a tradition at Utah home games to have what they call a moment of loudness to honor the 2 young Utah players who were the victim or were shot to death within a year of each other. Freshman running back Ty Jordan, who lost his life on Christmas Day 2020, and his one-time high school in Utah teammate Aaron Lowe, who was shot to death in September of 2021. Now the fourth quarter begins with Arizona State in possession of the ball on a 4th down from the 30-yard line as Jeff Sims, trying to throw, trying to run, runs for the first down, and he has run out of bounds along the far sideline at the 45-yard line of the Utes. Jeff Sims has been pretty darn effective with his legs as well in tonight's game. He was run out of bounds by tackle Jonah Lea'ea.
ASU playing at tempo now. They've got to speed this up. They're going to line up quickly and snap it here.
And Sims now with 68 yards rushing on the night. He is the Devils' leading rusher. On first down, Sims tries the quick slant over the middle to Raleek Brown, but he rushed the throw in the face of pressure, and it was incomplete. And it looked like Sun Devil guard Kyle Scott was almost close to getting something going with Utah defensive end, one-time Washington Husky Lance Holtzclaw. But cooler heads prevailed, and it's 2nd down and 10 Sun Devils at their 45-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. Arizona State trailing 35-10. Sims to throw. Gets the pass off, and it is caught by Tyson, but Jordan had to go down to one knee to catch the ball and went down to that knee at the Utah 44-yard line, but luckily for him, that was a yard past the line to gain, an 11-yard pickup and a first down.
Yeah, and Jordan's going to be able to run that play next year where he can get off. You can do that in the NFL, but you can't do it in college.
1st and 10, Sun Devils at the Utah 44. As again, under pressure, Sims in trouble this time, and he's going to go down at around the 45 of Arizona State. And among the tacklers was one-time Stanford Cardinal Levani Damuni, linebacker. That's the first sack of the night for the Utah defense. The loss back to the 44-yard line. John Henry Daly also applying some of the pressure that time.
Yeah, that twist, though, off that defensive right side, attacking that left side of ASU's offensive line, just overwhelmed it. Sims had nowhere to go with that.
And also in on the play was linebacker Trey Reynolds, who is the son of former Sun Devil Paul Reynolds. Here's Sims again in trouble, and he is tripped up, and that is Levani Damuni again, who gets to Sims and gets him down back at the 35-yard line. And the bus is stuck in reverse right now for this Arizona State offense.
Got to get that offensive line figured out. Free runners right up the middle. Jeff Sims has no chance. You know, you're in what you would call two-down territory normally, except you're 4th or 3rd and 31.
3rd and 31. The Devils have to get to the Utah 34 for a first down. Here comes the pressure again. Sims tries to get away but can't maintain his balance. John Henry Daly just reached in and got a little piece of Sims, and that upset his balance, and after a couple of extra steps, Jeff went down at the 30-yard line, and it will be 4th and 36, and ASU will have to punt it away.
ASU has just struggled on that left side all night. Clem just to get beat around. They've tried Clem, they've tried Atkins. Nobody able to block on that left side.
Here's Matt McKenzie with the punt, an end-over-end kick that's fielded by Carvalho at the 40. He's to the 50. Carvalho still on his feet at the 45 of Arizona State, and finally tackled at around the 41.
You know, Carvalho kind of reminds me of a Britton Covey. Remember, we used to watch him up here. He's a very explosive punt returner. Good job by Carvalho.
Mana Carvalho out of Laie, Hawaii. And he gets the Utes in great field position to begin their next possession. Timeout on the field. 11:49 remaining. It's 35-10 Utah here on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Tailgates in Tempe just got cooler. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is the official hard seltzer of Sun Devil Athletics. Whether you're repping the maroon and gold or just here for the vibes, crack open that crisp, bold flavor that hits different in the desert. Crisp, refreshing, always game day ready. So before you hit the lot, swing by your local store and grab a pack of Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Forks up, Devils. 2025 Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. 21 plus only. Celebrate responsibly.
Sending or reading a text while driving takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that equates to driving the length of a football field with your eyes closed. People who text and drive are 23 times more likely to get into a car accident. Devils don't drive distracted. Forks and eyes up. This is a message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, a proud partner of Sun Devil Athletics.
It's kickoff time, Sun Devil Nation. At Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, we're proud to stand with Arizona State football. And just like Sparky on game day, trucks from Tim Hovig's Santan Ford bring the fire, the fight, and the power. From the F-150 to the unstoppable Super Duty, Ford trucks are built tough and built for Arizona. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford is an easy drive from anywhere in the valley. Santan, 202 Freeway, in Val Vista and Gilbert. Tim Hovig's Santan Ford, proud partner of your Arizona State Sun Devils.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
At some point, you're going to be moving your house, you're going to move your business, and when you do, I want you to think of Dirks Moving and Logistics, DIRCKS.com. When Sun Devil football moves their equipment, they rely on the professional team at Dirk's Moving and Logistics. You can too. They give you peace of mind, whether you're moving your business or your home, whether it's close, whether it's far, or if you have any warehousing needs. Get a free quote at Dirks.com. Keep an eye out for the Dirk Sparky truck.
11:49 left to go, and I guess we haven't really brought much attention to this of late, but the rain has pretty much gone away. And just a cool fall evening after a torrential downpour, a crazy storm that ripped through this Salt Lake City area about, I'd say, an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours before kickoff tonight. And it was forecast for a good chunk of the week that the period from around 6 to 10 p.m. Utah time tonight would be a period of time of potentially heavy rain, and some of the rain we got here had hail with it, and winds gusting well over 30 miles an hour at times. But all's quiet now as Utah takes over at the Sun Devil 42-yard line. A first down handoff, and it's Parker weaving his way through traffic, getting downfield and getting all the way to the 22-yard line. A 20-yard gain, but it may come back. There's a penalty marker down. And by the way, Utah has a new quarterback in there now. It is their backup freshman Bird Ficklin from Muskogee, Oklahoma. And there's a Sun Devil down on the field. And Kenny Dillingham raced all the way across the field from the Sun Devil bench over to the area where the player is down. We can't make out who it is right now, but it's right in front of the Utah sideline. It might be Ghost Rouser. Jordan Crook over, Kendrick Breedlove going over to take a look. Kenny's down on one knee. And now it is indeed Ghost Rouser, and he's up, thankfully. And will jog over to the bench.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 9. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So it goes from bad to worse for the Sun Devils. They give up the 21-yard run to Wayshawn Parker. And then the Elijah O'Neal penalty, the personal foul, will advance the ball down to the 11-yard line. Bird Ficklin, the new quarterback for Utah, was the Oklahoma High School Offensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. And in 4 games prior this year, rushed for just over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Or actually, he threw for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. He's rushed for 2 scores. And Ficklin is in there now. Parker is the running back. Ficklin hands it to Parker. And Parker spins off a couple of tackles and has finally dropped it around the 6-yard line. Boy, the tackling has been really poor tonight by Arizona State.
You know, it's surprising. ASU's tackled so well all year. And you would think coming off a bye week that guys have a chance to get fresh and really hone in on grabbing cloth, making sure you're in proper balance and form. And
Jack Ball is in at safety to replace Ghost Rouser, a sophomore from Centennial High School in Peoria, Arizona. Gain of 4, second down and 6. They give it to Parker again, and Parker just lowers his head and drives right into Sun Devil defender. I think that might have been Boogie Wilson. And Parker goes down at the 4-yard line, setting up a third down play. 3rd and 3 at the 4. With 10.5 minutes remaining in regulation, Utah already on top 35-10. Now Utah brings one of its big defensive linemen in.
Now you got a tight end and 2 defensive linemen to the right. You're overloaded to that side.
And off the fly sweep, Ficklin fakes the give, and he will take it into the end zone for a Utah touchdown.
Great scheme. Our big guys were going to overload one side of the offense. Our big guys are bigger than yours, and we got a couple of them over there.
Every one of Utah's 6 touchdowns tonight, a rushing touchdown. 4 of them have come from the quarterback spot. 3 for Devin Dampier, and now Bird Ficklin with his rushing touchdown, which is his 3rd of the season.
That's the same play they've run, though. They've got 3 touchdowns off that, where they fake the jet sweep, RPO quarterback keep right around the right side.
The extra point is good, and there are a lot of smiles on that Utah sideline as the Utes are putting a whooping on the Sun Devils tonight here in Salt Lake City. Utah 42 and the Sun Devils 10 as we take a break on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
Check it out. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. So, make a splash. Taste all the flavors. Pop in bottles all night long. And shake it till you break it. However you do you. No one lets you take it to a legendary status like we do. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you.
I was supposed to be having fun, but something felt off.
It wasn't just stress. My thoughts were racing. I couldn't focus.
Turns out it was first episode psychosis, FEP.
Even devils need a timeout. A mental reset, that's part of the game.
FEP is treatable.
And asking for help, that's real strength. Feel it.
Name it.
Face it.
Don't bench your mental health.
There's power in speaking up.
Go to learnmorefep.org.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office or conquering the daily grind, G2G is the perfect fuel. Quick, delicious, protein-packed. Score an 8-pack in the refrigerated section at Costco or your local grocer. Or go online at g2gbar.com. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Place for any Utah opponent to play, but boy, it's been especially tough in recent years for Arizona State. Ever since Rice-Eccles opened in 1998, the Utes have gone 121-42 in this building. Since Kyle Whittingham became head coach 21 years ago, Utah is 93-31 here. That's a 75% winning percentage. They're on top of ASU tonight, 42-10, so they're about to add another victory to those respective totals. And for the Sun Devils, it'll be their 4th consecutive defeat here at Rice-Eccles. And all of them have been lopsided games or games decided by double-digit margins. Now, 4 years ago, when the Devils under Herm Edwards started the 2021 season 5-1, they came in here and had a 21-7 lead at halftime, but then Utah tore them up in the second half, outscored ASU 28-0, won 35-21, and the Utes went on to go to the Rose Bowl that year. And Arizona State, which had been in the driver's seat for the Pac-12 West, Pac-12 South at that time, Sun Devils ended up 8-5 and in the Las Vegas Bowl. As the Utes get set to kick it away, Jaron Hamilton back deep at the goal line, but this kick sails over his head and out of the end zone for a touchback, and so Arizona State will start from its 25-yard line.
Defense for Utah has done a nice job. They've got 4 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss. They've held ASU to 202 yards rushing, 118 through the air, and 84 on the ground. Excuse me, I think they're back 118 rushing, 84 in the air. Ironically, Utah has had 3 games this year where they have rushed for more yards than the opponent had total offense, and they're on the same pace for that. Utah has 268 yards rushing, 80 yards more than ASU.
First down, the Sun Devils keep the ball on the ground as they hand it off to Kanye Udo, and Udo picks up a couple out to around the 27-yard line, a gain of 2.
Josh Atkins back in at left tackle along with Obibo.
And Jeff, let me mention that in the ball game, and I think this is his Sun Devil debut, is a highly touted Arizona State tight end recruit, A.J. Ia, out of Santa Ana, California. He's in the ball game right now as Sims on second down, under pressure again, being chased to the outside, runs left, and is forced out of bounds after a short gain, pushed out of bounds at around the 28-yard line.
Boy, we saw him at camp. He is a large individual.
He sure is. 6'6", 260 pounds. Attended Orange Lutheran High School in Orange County. Had 66 receptions in high school, was a 4-star recruit, one of the top 25 tight ends in the country a year ago. 3rd down and 7 for ASU. From the 28-yard line, Ia is split wide to the left side. Sims looks that way, throws that way, and it's caught by Ia, his first career catch, and it's a 1st down out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 10 yards, the first reception in the career of A.J. Ia. Methinks it won't be the last.
Kind of flexed him out wide. His ex-receiver ran a little 6-yard stop route, got the ball, made a 1st down. Game's not hard, is it?
Nope. Pitch and catch, huh? 3 receivers flanked to the right side as they give the ball to Kanye Udo. And Udo trying to drive the pile forward off left tackle and earns a couple of hard-fought yards. Actually picks up close to 5. They'll spot it just shy of the 43-yard line. The first hit coming from Utah defensive lineman Pupu Sepulona, a reserve true freshman from Hawaii. He's 2nd down and 5. Kanye Udo, you remember, had that 100-yard game at Mississippi State, but he's kind of scuffled in the run game in his last couple of contests. On 2nd down, a pass over the middle is incomplete, off the hands of Derek Eusebio. Hit him in the hands, and Eusebio couldn't hold on.
What a great throw by Jeff Sims. Get a blitz by Utah. He comes into the slot receiver on the right side, hits him on a little in-breaking route, and the right decision, right throw, just drop. Again, that would be the one critique, I think. Some of his short throws between the hashes.
Touch passes.
He's got a fastball, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He got an off-speed pitch.
True freshman Demarius Man Robinson is in the lineup at running back for ASU on this 3rd down play as Sims drops back to throw, and he will run up the middle. Lots of room. Sims gets the 1st down into Utah territory. He's marked down at the 47-yard line of the Utes. A pickup of 10 yards and a 1st down for Jeff Sims. And Sims is tippy-toeing up the rush chart. That should give him unofficially 77 rushing yards in tonight's game. A play fake here from Sims on 1st down. Again, the pressure coming. He's being chased, and he is caught and dropped. And the tackle made by blitzing strong safety Nate Tillman of Utah, a true freshman from Arlington, Texas.
It'd be interesting to go back and look at what the blitz percentages are tonight from Utah, but they've come often and they've come fast.
Yep. It's a loss of 6 back into Sun Devil territory. The ball situated at the ASU 48-yard line. As Eusebio motions to the left side, they try to throw a slip screen, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. And the pass was deflected by Moroni Anai, a senior linebacker from San Diego.
Is he related to Bradley Anai?
I think he might be. I'm not sure. They had a great defensive end, Bradley Anai, not too long ago.
Amazing how many Ute siblings there are.
Yep.
The Fanos, we've got
3rd down.
The Bartons.
3rd down and 16, just under 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. Utah in command at 42-10. Sims hands the ball to Man Robinson, and he gets swallowed up and thrown down to the turf.
Got to be a penalty
by Dallas Bakalahi, and there's a penalty flag down. Bakalahi likely will be flagged for unnecessary roughness. He just wrapped up man Robinson at the mesh point of the handoff, and that's had him stopped. But for good measure, threw him down.
Personal foul. Defense number 98, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Yeah, Vakalake just wrapped him up, and he took man down like he was a boy. Just kind of threw him right on his back, WWF style.
And the penalty will advance the ball to the 38 of Utah and give the Sun Devils a first down with 6:18 remaining.
Some good reps for some young players, right?
Absolutely. Kanye Udo back in there at running back now. And I got to tip my hat to Jeff Sims. I think he, all things considered, has done himself proud tonight. On first down, Sims steps in, throws, that pass complete. And it's caught by Jalen Moss, his second catch of the game, and it's a first down to the Utah 25-yard line, a pickup of 13.
There's a really nice throw under pressure. Again, the left side of the line gets beat. Jeff Sims has stood strong, and he's shown really good ability to climb the pocket and get up inside of it.
Sims tonight, 16 of 32 passing for only 94 yards, but really has stood tall in the face of a lot of pressure. On 1st and 10, pressure coming from the blind side as Sims throws. Oh, incomplete. He was trying to get Derek Eusebio at the near pylon of the end zone, but again, just overthrew him.
Yeah, they got a corner blitz that time. Utah came again. Remember safety blitz earlier in the drive? This time they come with a corner blitz, and they get home, puts pressure on Jeff Sims. He has to throw a little bit sooner than he wanted, and looked like it was Tillman, the safety.
Nate Tillman came with the pressure. 2nd down and 10 at the Utes 25. Clock stops on the incompletion. 5:29 remaining. 3 receivers line up to the left of the formation. Sims throws quickly far side. The pass is caught by Demarius Robinson, but he only gets about 2 yards before he is dropped on the play. And among the tacklers, linebacker Elijah Ellis, who is the son of one of Utah's assistant coaches and former great players, defensive end Luther Ellis. So it's 3rd down and 8. A.J. Ia in at tight end again. Sims gets the snap, drops back, again under heat, gets the pass off to man Robinson, who catches it near side, and he's got a first down inside the 10-yard line as Demarius Robinson speeds down to the 7 before he is dropped by cornerback Blake Cotton. But it'll be 1st and goal, Arizona State.
Nice job by Sims knowing where his outlet or check down was, because he got pressure, rolled to the right, and just found the running back out there to the flat.
And the Devils are right back to the line of scrimmage on a 1st and goal with 3 receivers to the left side. Robinson lined up to the right of Sims. Jeff will throw a fade to the near side, and it's incomplete. A.J. Ia was the only target there. There were 2 Utah defenders, and the pass was way overthrown, incomplete.
Yeah, Ia got stoned at the line of scrimmage, though, by Tillman. Yeah, good job by the defense, right? They never really got to use his size on that fade route.
Malik McClain has checked in now. He, Jalen Moss, and Derek Eusebio lined up to the left side. Kanye Udo at running back flanks wide to the right side, an empty formation. On 2nd down and goal, Sims, quarterback draw, runs to the right, gets to the 5, and is stacked up inside the 3-yard line by a host of Utah defenders. And that'll set up a 3rd down and goal. Among those in on the play, linebacker Cyrus Polu. They'll spot it at the 3, 3rd and goal. Clock ticking, under 4 minutes to play. Utah 42, Arizona State 10. Sun Devils just trying to get a touchdown for pride here as one of the Utah defenders slowly jogs off the field here. Play clock at 8, at 7, at 6, at 5. Sims with 4 gets the snap, fakes the handoff, passes into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Threw it too low, intended for Malik McClain. Safety Teo Johnson was back there in coverage for Utah. We've commended Jeff Sims, and he's played with a lot of guts, and he's run the ball very well tonight. But the pass timing a lot of times has just been off.
Yeah, but that wasn't a bad throw. I mean, the receiver got his hands on it. Problem was the blitz protection has just not been there. Again, Utah comes with a blitz. They get home. It was Tillman again.
So it's 4th and goal from the 3. Sims gets the snap. They bring the pressure, and Sims throws it incomplete. Tried to hit Malik McClain in the near corner of the end zone, near the pylon, and the pass is incomplete. And the Sun Devils will turn the ball over on downs with 3:21 left to go.
Yeah, that was a route that looked like those two guys had not had a lot of reps. It was a kind of a comeback route into the end zone, and no timing there.
No timing at all. Wasn't even close to a completion. And the Devils cough it up on downs. As we take a timeout here in Salt Lake City with 3:21 remaining in the game. Utah 42, Sun Devils 10. You're listening to Arizona State football on the Sun Devil Radio Network.
Tailgates in Tempe just got cooler. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is the official hard seltzer of Sun Devil Athletics. Whether you're repping the maroon and gold or just here for the vibes, crack open that crisp, bold flavor that hits different in the desert. Crisp, refreshing, always game day ready. So before you hit the lot, swing by your local store and grab a pack of Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Forks up, Devils. 2025 Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. 21 plus only. Celebrate responsibly.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Sun Devil football, Arizona sports, the local sports leader.
The Sun Devils have been dominated start to finish in this game. Would have been nice if they could have punched in a touchdown there on that last possession, but that 4th down play, you made a good point, Jeff Van Raphorst. It looked as though it looked like what it is, and that is a quarterback, Jeff Sims, and a receiver, Malik McClain, who haven't played a whole lot together.
Yeah, and it was interesting, right? Because Sam took a lot of the reps in the bye week. I had a chance to talk to a couple of the coaches. I just said, just out of curiosity, like what percent of the number 1 reps did Jeff Sims get this week? And it was about 60. Because it was less than 60 until midweek, and then they tried to rush it. So, it was a surprise with the injury to Sam, and people not really sure. It came out late. Certainly moved the Vegas line, and ASU went from a 3-point underdog, 2.5 to 10 instantly.
It'll be interesting to see how long Sam is going to be sidelined and what the prognosis is for him for next week.
Well, I got another thought. I'll get to it after this play.
All righty. As Ficklin remains in at quarterback for Utah, the Utes take over at their 3-yard line after holding the Sun Devils on downs. And the ball's handed off and straight up the middle for about 4 yards goes running back Bryce Duke, who is from my neck of the woods. Bryce Duke, a senior from Leesburg, Virginia, in the Washington, D.C. area. Duke, a one-time player at Old Dominion and Virginia Tech.
Where I was going to go with that thought, Tim, is that, in today's world of NIL, these college kids have agents. And now when you get into medical decisions, I kind of wonder if we're going to kind of see it like the NFL a little bit, where the agents get involved and maybe even secondary medical doctors, right? Does the agent protect their client and take him out for treatment? And welcome to new NCAA.
On 2nd and 7, a pass from the end zone. Ficklin has it, and it's complete. And it's tight end Otto Tia who heads up the near sideline and gets the ball all the way out past the 40-yard line. And they're going to spot him out of bounds Where are they going to spot the ball? They're going to say he was out at the 38-yard line of Utah, but that's a gain of 32 yards. Kyan McDonald, a reserve nickelback, in on the tackle for the Devils as the clock is ticking down to the 2-minute timeout. And these last 2 minutes can't go fast enough for the guys
This is the 2-minute timeout.
in the black, white, and black on this field. As
I think it's the Mike Chismar jinx. Of all these years and decades and being at games, and now Mike's not traveling. If I'm ASU, I'm making sure he's traveling.
2 minutes left to go in this one. Utah 42, ASU 10. Timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network.
The Arizona Lottery is proud to support higher education across the state through ticket sales, including programs that support Arizona's public universities in partnership with organizations like Los Diablos. The Arizona Lottery is helping students achieve their dreams through academic scholarship, community services, and mentoring. When you play, Arizona wins.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits to complement your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's MyStyle Checking has perks no one can pass up. You'll enjoy sizzling restaurant deals, peace of mind mobile phone protection, timely telehealth access, built-in identity protection, and clutch loan rate discounts. Make MyStyle your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle. Insured by NCAA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration or activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Check it out. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, no one does it better. So, make a splash. Taste all the flavors. Popping bottles all night long. And shake it till you break it. However you do you. No one lets you take it to a legendary status like we do. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you.
Sun Devil Football, Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
At the Utah 3-yard line, as Sims again lines up under center. Hands off on the jet sweep. Tyson trying to turn the left corner. Tyson slips out of a tackle, slips into the end zone, and scores the Sun Devils' first touchdown of the game. And Jordan Tyson's touchdown, the Sun Devils' lone touchdown tonight, is our Old Dominion Best in the Game. Your Old Dominion Best in the Game highlight. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. 2 minutes to go, 42-10 in favor of Utah. By the way, that game down in Tucson is a final in 2 overtimes. BYU defeats Arizona 33-27. The BYU Cougars remain unbeaten. So the state of Utah getting the better of the state of Arizona tonight in the Big 12, as Utah is beating Arizona State here, and BYU defeated the Wildcats in Tucson tonight. In that ball game that went to 2 overtimes.
That only leaves 3 undefeated teams in conference. BYU at 3-0 in conference. Texas Tech, Cincinnati, all 3-0. ASU was 2-0 coming into the game, and they have definitely lost this game tonight.
The Sun Devils will play Texas Tech at 1 o'clock next Saturday afternoon at Mountain America Stadium. As from the 38-yard line of Utah, here's a jet sweep handoff to Larry Simmons, a wide receiver. Simmons heading to the far side of the field, and he picks up 8 or 9 yards before he's finally run down on the play. Tate Romney was one of those in pursuit. So too was linebacker Martell Hughes and defensive end Elijah O'Neal. But it's a gain of 8 to the 46-yard line. As Utah apparently not in a mindset to take a knee, as the Devils get Jacob Rich Kangaika back on the field, replacing Ramar Williams in the defensive line.
Really like how Utah huddled right there. They wait 2 on the play clock, snap it at 1, take a knee.
And now they will take a knee as Bert Ficklin